Nevertheless, dressed for the occasion. It's number 32, not the other situation. The three. I forgot the rest of it. How you guys doing?
Hi, guys.
I was just
welcome to the show. Is there anybody in here?
I'm the disaster microphone blaster. Not anymore.
Yeah, well, no, it took a second for that thing to pop up. It said 0. I was like, that's fine. We're just going to be talking to a bunch of ghosts tonight.
I've done it before, Jim. I have done it before.
Goats? There are ghosts downstairs.
Hey, you know what's crazy? You know what's awesome for us is that we're on a hot streak on YouTube, man. We've been good little boys. Like our last 15 live streams have been fully in the clear. And then last week's or Tuesday's last one we did was not, and I disputed that, and they were like, "My bad," and they turned it green. Look at us.
Yeah, thank God, because I was gonna have to follow Dr. Disrespect and go to Rumble. That's how it is. Did you hear about that? So apparently he's going to Rumble, and it's like he's gonna be like a shareholder or something. Like they're gonna give him part of the. I don't know I don't know the exact details of it, but it's a massive contract.
I don't know if you guys know this, but the other side of the whole woke thing is popping off right now. It's popping.
What do you mean?
Like a bunch of stuff like that's happening. Like Walmart just reversed a bunch of programs. Like a bunch of people. Obviously we don't talk about that or get into that stuff right now, but like a lot of stuff's happening in the world where they're like reversing course on a lot of stuff.
You know what I really wish they do? I really wish that Yahoo I wish they bit the bullet a long time ago and launched the streaming service. Remember when that was a possibility? They were going to compete with Google.
Like I know this. The only reason I know this is because you, sir, have told me about 32 times over the years.
33 times is the magic number that I'll maybe sink in. No, it's just I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, oh, what my life could have been. I'm not saying it would have lasted because I mean they did that. They did Mixer. Microsoft tried to launch Mixer and it died. So, but I mean, it was early enough. They were like they could have competed. I don't know if it was before or after Google bought YouTube. I can't remember, but I think it was early enough in YouTube days that if Yahoo had launched it, possibly it could have had some impact. Yeah,
well, no, I do agree with you though. It's funny because like me and Jay will have a few apple juice dinners after shooting stuff. We'll just be talking about the channel and like we'll be complaining about certain things like algorithms and YouTube stuff like that. And Jay almost every single time will be like, "Man, I wish Yahoo would have started that streaming service." It's been like 10 years.
Well, it's one part apple juice that it makes me forget what I've talked about before, and it's the other part. It's just longing. It's just longing. It's like a ghost of a girlfriend that you knew was the one, and she's gone now.
There's a multiverse where YouTube, I keep wanting to say Apple, where Yahoo started a streaming service and it was the biggest thing since sliced bread, and Jay was like running it. There's like a whole multiverse.
I would totally do it.
Hey, Yahoo!
We're going to be apolitical. There's none of that going on here. None of it. I will be apolitical straight down the line. I'd be like that one black dude in Constantine. He's like, "Not in my house." You know that dude when they were the demon and the angel, they were trying to fight. He goes, "Not in my house." I'd be like that.
I will said back to common sense. Nice talk about the thing. You know, the funny thing about that is like you guys know me. I definitely do not get into that stuff and into any of that stuff. But like, there's some stuff that is just common sense. It's like
most of it.
Like like Chris Brown is like one of the biggest recording artists in the world right now, and he beat the living crap out of one of the most famous, beloved R&B singers in the world, and everyone knows it, and people don't care. But then people are going out there and they're like, "Did you hear Scream 7 fired an actress?"
Yeah, it's all.
You better not go see their movie, and they're wearing like Nikes. You know, they're wearing like sweatshop clothes, and they're like on their iPhones. On Twitter. It's crazy, dude.
What's the pendulum? The pendulum only swings so far, so long, and then it comes back. It's just the way of the world. It's the way of it. So it's interesting to see, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's I haven't noticed anything. I mean, eggs are still $150 by the carton, so. I was like, I don't really care. Came down to eggs. I like listen, dude. Like you know how
they're still
no, dude. It's not like, dude. I swear to God, I went grocery shopping with April earlier today, and like one of the worst. There's butter was like $8 I felt like that dumbass on MSNBC that was like, "Oh, what is it like $4?" And they're like, "No, it's like $8." He's like, "What are they serving it with? Gold?" I'm like, "See, you're so far removed because you make $30 million a year. You don't know anything."
Well, that's the thing too. Like, and that's exactly what I'm saying. That you cannot win. You can't win in this climate, dude. Because you know how I feel about stuff. I think a lot of people know how I feel. I'm not any of that. But like,
Mike's
some
trying to
stuff
hide
is
his
just
white dudes for hair sticker.
But yeah, I don't want to get taken to one of the concentration camps. No, but like, yeah, that's what it's like. I said it the other day on the internet. I was like, man, you see people say that. Did you hear what they're doing? They're coming for us. They're coming into our homes. The guy in 2B, get him. And it's like, you guys are like, when you take every tiny little thing that happens that you don't like, and then you scream at the internet that like the whole world's on fire and you better be scared because they're coming for us all, the world's on, and then you take 2 seconds to look it up and it's like, actually, that's not true. It's just this. It's like, you're not helping your cause, man.
Yeah,
like,
it reminds me of when I was a kid, and I thought so. Like, well, I still do it now, but it's like, oh my god, I'm dying. I have a scratched on my, I fell off my bike and I cut my knee. It's gonna get infected. I'm gonna lose everything. And then mom would always be like, "You're being a hypochondriac. Now settle down. You're going to school tomorrow." Like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell people
like
on Twitter.
Some cold water thrown in your face. Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like, nothing's going to happen. Like these little tiny microcosm types of things that people feel are gonna, it's every election, dude. I swear to God, it's every election. It's like the end of the world's going to happen.
Yeah, on both sides. And I really mean that. I really mean that. Like, on both sides. Like, it really is like crazy fear mongering. And like, the only reason I'm bringing this up, because we don't talk about that stuff here, is just like, I just want to say, like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Ellen's leaving. Yeah. She's going to Canada, which means we're all even more safe. We're even safer than we were yesterday. It's gonna be okay.
Well, dude, it's the simple facts is like, you're right. It's the key word. The key word on Sesame Street today is fear mongering, and those that profit off of fear mongering, because that's all it's about, man. It's not them dollar bills, y'all. And it's just like Don Henley, dirty laundry. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry. That's all they shovel that poopy at you. And then, they know they're going to make money off it because they're going to, it's no different than rage bait videos. I've seen a ton of those everywhere, rage bait videos. Then there's fear mongering videos. It's constant because you're going to click on it because you're like that obsessive kid that's going to pick that scab. It'll never stop healing if you don't stop picking. And you're going to see, and you're going to get upset. And it's stupid, dude. Just go out and live your life. Everything's going to be just A-okay. Breezy, peasy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right. You know what? Poopy politicians have been in office every day of your life since you've been born. Okay, every day of your life since you've entered this wonderful earth that we live on, where we get to breathe and live our lives. There's been a crappy politician in charge of things that does not have your interests. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed in the world.
Speaking of crappy, I'll tell you something that really is affecting my life today is because we're doing this list today. The top 10 slashers of the last decade. It was extremely hard for me to come up with the top 10. I don't know. There's a lot of them I haven't seen yet. We're going to be doing those first time watch along, so I haven't seen a lot of them. But then I stepped in some dog poop. I stubbed my toe. Was not a good day. I almost fell at the grocery store. I
didn't like the way I looked today. I was having. I felt bloated.
So those are the things that I'm worried about. I literally feel like I'm getting ready to do a geometry test. I hated geometry. I couldn't, and I was like, I'm screwed. Paranoia, everybody's coming to get me.
You've been watching those Taco Bell ads, haven't you?
I literally did. What is this, like the 90s? I just watched it. I was on YouTube earlier and I just watched it.
It's a great song though, nonetheless.
Yeah,
Taco Bell commercial or not.
And then also I get constant updates about freaking P. Diddy from April. I swear to God, dude, she acts like she works for, she's April O'Neil. Like she works for Channel 8 News or something, and she's like telling me everything about it. And like I'll just ask her or say something like one thing about it, and then she'll give me like 100 hours worth of of conversation about it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know, yeah, it's like I don't want to hear anymore. He's guilty. I was like, until the trial starts, I don't want to hear anymore. Because there's also this thing about which is true. I mean, some of it's interesting. Like, the fact that he's apparently sending it's crazy, dude. He's apparently sending out friends and family to go out and try to influence people, like giving them money, buying them off to not say anything or report on anything bad. Like this YouTuber just got like approached by some people that knocked on her door, was asking her about certain things, who she talked to in regards to covering the allegations against him and all that stuff, and was basically going to give her money if she just shut her door. I would be like, just sell me where to sign, bud. How much you gonna give me? I have no integrity.
There's no honor among thieves. Yeah, dude, she was like that about the Johnny Depp stuff too. I remember.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you just start a YouTube channel? That's all you'll do. I mean, there's a ton of them. Just start one. That'd be great. You just go on there and you could talk to the internet about all that shit that nobody cares. Like, I don't care about it.
That's kind of how I get to a point with that stuff too, like P. Diddy and all of it. I like at some point I'm like, okay, yeah, very bad person, go to jail. Like,
well, dude, it was about like she's like saying something about like, well, like they're saying that he might have poisoned Jamie Foxx, and that's why Jamie Foxx went.
That actually is crazy.
I did hear about that, but it's also saying that it's like under suspicious circumstances about Whitney Houston and her suspicions, like how she died. Because something that he was tied to that. Yeah, it's like, God, this guy's like a black Lex Luthor over Metropolis. I can't believe it.
Who do you think is the best female singer of all time? Because it's Whitney Houston.
Avril Lavigne, no doubt. Skater Boy.
So complicated.
I would say well, no, I don't know. Aretha Franklin. Aretha was
good too. She could shut her lips. It's Whitney Houston.
Nah. Well, yeah, when she wasn't coked up, she had a beautiful voice, but otherwise it was stopped up.
That made it better, probably.
Yeah, she could breathe longer. She was just taking a giant gaseous air. Yeah,
hit me again, Ike, and put some steak on it.
But yeah, and I'm not trying to like dog poop on people that are following that. Like it is like when it goes to trial, it's going to be the trial of the decade, like no doubt. Like everyone's going to watch it if it gets that far.
Did you hear about Conor McGregor? Someone in the chat mentioned that as well.
Is he still got a small wiener and
yeah, old people? In fact. Yeah, that's why he walks dangling a small wiener out there. No, he actually
go ahead.
He lost. He was found guilty of the R word. A crazy story, by the way, but he was found guilty. It was just civil courts. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Essay. We'll just say essay.
That too, though. Essay. But that was just the common. Yeah, that was the last trial. No, but like, dude, that's crazy too. Like, you go on the internet and you're like, this man has a laundry list of awful, terrible things he's done. He has been found guilty of punching an old defenseless man at a bar. He's literally looked you in the face and said, I would, if Conor McGregor came into your living room right now for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, okay? And everyone's like, oh, it's a lie. It's a lie. He would never do that. He would never do that. And it's like, dude, look at the laundry list, whether he did that or not. Like, he's clearly a terrible person. But still yet, even Conor McGregor, there are people like, just wait until he appeals it. Because, like, I mean, obviously when you're found guilty, it doesn't count because you could still appeal it. So, like, this is a lie. If you invited him over your house for Thanksgiving dinner, Conor McGregor would come into your house. He would walk in. He would treat your Thanksgiving turkey like Paulie and Rocky. He would throw it in the yard and make your wife go get it. He's like, now go get the part. Go get the part. And then he'd have sex with your mom and your dad. Well, like, he's a terrible human being. Stop the.
Yeah, he reminds me of Robert De Niro's character in that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, This Boy's Life. Liar, whore, and then smacking him around at the dinner table and stuff and taking his lunch, his money that he worked for. Yeah, listen, I don't know why anybody would defend that sack of shit. I really don't. No. It's just the same thing to me though, as people that defended Floyd Mayweather, and they still do. They still defend him, dude. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you defending that turd? Like, there's no redeeming qualities about him. I mean, maybe he's a different guy in his personal life. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe Conor McGregor is actually a sweetheart that goes to church and buys everybody biscuits. I don't know. But that's a British cookies, biscuits. But maybe he is. But the way that he presents himself, he's a total out of control prick. And he can fight. I would never say, he beat my butt. But at the end of the day, well, I mean, he's a professionally trained fighter. Of course he can. But I mean, it's wild to me that anybody would defend him and say, well, he's actually this or that. And the SA charges, again, they're allegations. We don't know. I mean, we'll find out. I never go like immediately. You have to wait before, the proof is in the pudding. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. I always hate when people jump to conclusions immediately and they say, they're guilty. Take off your pants and show us your wiener. Weird stuff like that. Shame. I mean, but we'll see what happens. But based on his personality and the way that he is and the way that he treats people, especially when he's drunk and he acts like a fool, could it have happened? Maybe.
Yeah. And you know what? If all this stuff is not true, if all this stuff somehow, all this avalanche of evidence and court cases and everything isn't true, you know what? Couldn't have happened to a worse person. He's still a piece of shit.
You know,
and I guess what you put out in the universe comes and finds your bitch ass.
To be fair, dude, I know it's like a hot take, but I thought there was questions surrounding Mike Tyson when he was accused and then convicted.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. That's
What was
another
it?
thing
Robin
that happened.
Givens. I think that was the actress's name. And if you watch some of the interviews that she was giving, they look like they were like gaslighting Tyson a lot. Her and Don King. And I'm not saying that it was obviously he was convicted. I'm not saying that he didn't do what he did, but I'm just saying there was a lot of weird stuff going on around that whole thing. And Tyson's not exactly, Elon Musk with fucking SpaceX when it comes to like figuring things out. Like he had people figure things out for him his whole life. And then Gus D'Amato died. He was kind of like floating around like a tumbleweed. And then predators came in and took advantage of it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. All right. I'm not defending him necessarily. I'm just saying that was the only case that I was like, because I think to this day he denies it. Like I think Tyson to this day denied he ever did it.
Yeah,
so I don't know. But I'm being very much influenced by the Michael Jai White movie Tyson that came out in 1993. So that could be also.
Yeah, I listened to the movies. The movies are true. That we all know.
The movies are true. Just like Twitter, it's all real. Everything.
That's the other thing too. Like the world quickly forgets, man. With that Tyson, you put him up against some punchable face YouTuber like Jake Paul, and everyone's like, I don't care what he did. I hope he murders that man. But it's like it's a classic. The Hangover cast did the same thing, right? They got together and boycotted doing the film because they said Mel Gibson was going to be the cameo for The Hangover 2.
That's so dumb.
And then instead of Mel Gibson, they hired convicted R-word Mike Tyson. And it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like,
let's I guess you're between a rock and a hard place. What we got, a racist or a grapist? Which one are we going to hire?
That man loves
grapist.
He does. Hey, we are going to get to the super chats, but D-Mitch brought up a good point. We did say we were going to jump into the countdowns a little bit quicker from here on out. So tonight we're doing men as usual, but also that's going to be after the stream. And I'd like you to stay out of our personal affairs, but tonight we're talking about the top 10 slasher movies of the decade, meaning the current time to 10 years prior, which is 2014 to now. What have been the top 10 slasher movies of this decade? And it's a tough list to make when you go through it.
It really was.
Jay called me crying and rubbing himself in baby oil last night.
No, but I got mad. I was like, dude, I can't do this. What are you talking about? I can't do it. What's your heritage? Homosexual? I said no. Number one's gonna be The Crow, obviously.
Yeah, 2014 and 2024 Iron Wolf. Jay, what was your number 10?
All right, because I didn't know D Mitch was the executive producer, but we'll. They're greenlighting it. They're greenlighting it. We gotta go.
I got D Mitch in my ear. We gotta cut to a break.
D Mitch is saying we'll do it live. Fuck it. No, I'm kidding. I love you, D. It's all right. My number 10. Now this is where it's like, dude, even at 10, I don't know. I put it on there. It may not be considered a slasher, but I'm gonna put it on Hellraiser Judgment.
Oh,
listen. You can say what you want about the movie. It wasn't great at all. Like I understand, but it wasn't bad either. I think that the guy that took over for Doug Bradley did a pretty good job, honestly, with the role. And coming in and having to fill the shoes of Doug Bradley is overwhelming for anybody to do 100%. But I think he did a very good job. I think they kept the general feel of Hellraiser through it with Judgment, and the story was actually decent. I like the idea, and you know what? Maybe it is a slasher because the guy that was being hunted in the movie was a serial killer. I can't remember God's killer or God's. I can't remember what they called him or God's angel, but that, like, again, it's not a perfectly casted movie. There was some problems with it. Some of the acting was pretty bad, but generally it felt like the same aesthetic of a normal Hellraiser movie like Inferno. And I dug it, dude. I thought I really wish the guy that had played Hellraiser had another shot. I actually was interested to see the sequel because in the sequel he gets banished and he has to, he's like sucking bum's dick in the alleyway for, just a slap of coke. But I wanted to see what happens.
Shut up, I'll get you a sausage McMuffin if you just.
I thought it was a good movie. But yeah, anyway, that it's up to interpretation whether or not you consider it a slasher. But that's what I feel like, and that's where I'm going to put it.
I think anything that goes under the guise of one of the Mount Rushmore type slashers counts as a slasher, in my opinion. Like, I think that's fair enough. just because, you know, like you could argue Halloween Ends. It's not a slasher movie because there's so few slasherness to it, but that's definitely going to be my number one tonight. So, spoiler alert. But no, I like that one. And again, like that was directed by Gary J. Tunnicliffe, who did a bunch of special effects stuff over the years and worked his ass off on Hellraiser. Got to direct the movie, but then when he got to direct it, they were like, you're going to be, it's like when you go in for when you go in at your job and they're like, great news, it's a promotion. You're not going to get paid anymore, but we're going to give you twice as much work. Basically, they were like, you get to be the director of this movie. Here's $12 in a McDonald's gift certificate that's outdated.
I mean, that's
they gave him no money.
To me, that's motivation. Let's do it. That sounds great.
Yeah, and he with what he had, he did an amazing job because he basically had the same budget and whatnot of what they did with like what was that shitbox salad that they did that went straight to Judge Hellraiser.
Revelations.
Yeah,
so that they literally shot that in somebody's fucking attic. In suburbia.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, dude. If I was making a slasher movie today, I would hire Gary J. Tunnicliffe in a second if it actually had money behind it, because what he did with that tells me he can make a great.
Well, he was also passionate. He was the main. He was a character in the movie. He was the guy with all. I can't remember what they called him, but the one with all the scars and stuff. He was great.
Yeah. He's awesome at what he does. My number 10 is going to be a movie probably nobody's seen, but like, it's called Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and. Dude, this movie, okay, is fucking piece of crap. Stop. Can't fit the lines.
Christmas, Bloody Christmas is when you look at your Visa or a MasterCard after Christmas. You're like, oh,
that's true.
God. I'm going to have to sell one of my children.
I'm experiencing it right now. I just ordered a bunch of Christmas stuff on Amazon because it's Black Friday, and I'm in I'm in absolute hell.
I got you. Oh, yeah, I got your Christmas gift, too.
Oh, show it to me now. Is it your wiener?
I do. I really will. Like that's the one thing. Like if Mike and I buy each other gifts, I would just tell. I want to tell you what it is, but I'll just. It's going to be here Friday, so I'll just give it to you on Saturday.
Oh, that works for me. By the way, Patreon stream is Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern this week. We're going to play the new Halloween 8-bit game together.
It'll be fun.
But Christmas, Bloody Christmas, man. This is a movie that came out, I think, last year, maybe 2 years ago, and I watched it like 3 times within 2 weeks. It's not perfect, but basically all you need to know is there's these 2 punk rock people. There's this hot chick and there's this dude who's trying to bang her, and they're hanging out and they're walking around drinking and doing cocaine and partying all night and talking about music and stuff like that. And in a weird Clerks this sort of way, it's nowhere near Clerks or anything like that, but in that sort of in a weird dialogue Tarantino-esque, like interesting conversation type of way, just 2 regular people hanging out in a snowy landscape partying. It's fascinating and fun to watch. And then all of a sudden, this like Terminator-esque, Goldberg-esque type Santa Claus that's like a robot from the future is hunting them down, trying to kill them. And it's just a fun movie, dude. I love it. Are you describing
the box office numbers for Red 1? I don't know.
I would rather. It's actually. I've never seen Red 1. I can promise you, it's a better way to spend your time.
I love how that every commercial is acting like it's the biggest movie since Titanic. The best holiday movie in a decade. Red 1, like and then they flash Rotten Tomatoes across it like it's like the prophet of the mountaintops. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Did you hear what The Rock said? Dude, it's so embarrassing. Like, I like The Rock, but like he can sometimes be an idiot. He was like, so I was in Christopher Nolan's private screening room where he watching Oppenheimer with Christopher Nolan because I'm so famous, you know. And he was like, he was like, I was sitting there and I asked his wife, let me sit where Chris usually sits. He's like, I was sitting in Chris's seat watching Oppenheimer for the first time, and I thought to myself, man, if we put, I guess it was like an IMAX screen. He was like, if we put Red 1 on this screen, it would change the movie business for forever. Like, oh my God. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He was like, it would be a game changer.
You could literally put Red 1 on every television set in America, in the world, and it wouldn't change shit. Everybody would be like, what the fuck is this horse shit on my TV? And I'm not, listen, it might be a good movie. I've not seen it, but it just looks like just a basic generic.
I haven't seen it, and I hate every inch of it. Like I saw a trailer for it. I was like, good God, this is like a movie for the lowest common dumb denominator. And if you like that, I'm sorry, but it just seems like the kind of movie made for dumb dicks.
Well, it looks like
first in line from Fast and Furious 92 with old man Vin Diesel. Like,
yeah, it does. It looks like it's being advertised for kids, which is fine, but I can't. Yeah, but they're. Dude, it just looks like I thought that it was originally going to go to like on stream, like it was just going to go to streaming, and then they were like, yeah, we'll try to squeeze $1 out of this bitch, and then it just didn't work.
Yeah. Well, it was like 250 million or something for this awful CGI Santa Claus movie. Like, what?
Yeah, and then 50 million of it went to the movie, and then 200 million went to everybody's drug addictions on set.
Yeah, they were eating fucking lobster at the craft table, dude.
Like
sure,
fucking
cocaine.
The Rock was over there. He's like, hey, blow this steroid up my ass with this straw. I got it from the budget of the movie. By the way, you know what's really
come out? They actually
him?
forwarded the funds from the movie to Diddy to pay for his court fees. That's actually what they were doing.
Well, and you know what? I like The Rock too. All right, like he seems like he's a decent kind of guy, but dude, I can't believe that he goes on TV and people buy it where he's like, I'm all natural, dog. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like you literally, you're on a first name basis with your steroid doctor. Like you're not like
he's one that's. He's what I probably, but like I don't know because like, dude, I think he spends like 10 hours a day in a gym.
I'm not saying he doesn't work out a lot, but look when he was Rocky Maivia in the WWF, and then look at him now, and like there's no way you can. He's even got the steroid gut.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it. It certainly looks like it.
I mean, I don't know.
Sorry, what's your number 9 though?
My number 9 is going to be giving of thanks. Thanksgiving will be on.
I was like, what the hell have you been
giving of thanks? Yeah, giving of thanks is the Christian version of the same movie. Yeah, Thanksgiving. I'm sure most people have seen it. It was a pretty good movie. I felt like it was like a little bit of Scream, a little bit of I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was an interesting concept. I actually enjoyed it pretty much. It was fun. The killer was great. I hated the way he looked. I didn't like that mask at all. We talked about that last time. He looked like the fucking Burger King guy. Have it your way. I didn't like that. It just didn't. It kind of took away from the movie generally, but overall, it was still a good movie. I enjoyed it, and it had been a long time since I'd seen a movie that was just kind of like a chill slasher type of film like that, and it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, and Jay's first time watch that is on our Patreon, by the way. In case you're wondering, we watched it together for the first time. Like we're going to be doing Terrifier 3 here soon. Yeah, dude, I love that movie too.
By the way, everybody on YouTube, you know those people that do the watch-alongs or first the reactions, they must have known it was through the grapevine that it was coming out this week, because everything is on YouTube where it's like Terrifier first time watching, Terrifier 2 first time watching, blowing their numbers up, and I'm like, yeah, you guys knew.
Yeah. So, and Jay and I we're going to be producing a show that's kind of along that vein, because there's so much recent stuff that Jay hasn't seen. But a lot of them, they're going to be Jay's first time watches, because like I'm not waiting till that shit comes to VOD. I'm too horny. Yeah. I get hold my load in. But okay. Now my number 9 is going to be in a violent nature. This would not make for a fun commentary. Just so you know, because the thing about In a Violent Nature is it made this list. Is it a perfect movie? No. Like it's like you're playing a video game and you're holding a joystick and you're just walking through the woods. But the ASMR is nice. The cinematography is beautiful. It's inventive and it's original and it pushes the needle forward. It's one of those things that it's experimental, but it's not perfect. But it's cool because like you're following this guy through there, and it's basically a Jason movie. I mean, honestly, it basically is. And he's walking through the woods, and you hear other people's conversations from his periphery. So you hear people fighting, and then he turns and he starts like walking towards the cabin, and it's just really cool the way they did it. And it has amazing death scenes in it. Does it get boring? Yes. Does it have an absolutely horrendous ending? Absolutely, it does. But I really enjoy it, and I think it took a subgenre in basic slashers, and it pushed the needle and like did new shit in a genre that it's really hard to do new shit in. You know, so I really appreciate it for that. So it
sounds like Joe Biden walking around the White House. It's like I hear a noise, then I walk towards it, and then I hear another noise. I walk. I'm
gonna walk out of the rainforest.
Yeah,
just into the rainforest.
Huh? Who's calling? Oh, dude, I wish I could show the meme, but it was like when you've been playing dumb all along, and then it showed Joe Biden when he turned around and he went like he smiled, he went like that, and then you hear Linkin Park and it says directed by Michael Bay, like the end of dude.
I literally was going through Instagrams to put on the show, and I watched that one. I can't add it because it plays the song, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've done.
Yeah, dude. It says directed by Michael Bay. I love it, dude.
By the way, Linkin Park's new album is amazing. That chick singer that they got is so good. But anyway, that's the point.
No. I hear the kitchen calling. What's that? The stove is on. Go back there. No, I'm kidding. So my number 8, and this is going to piss off a lots of people, but I don't care. Let's go ahead and get the pokers out. It's going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Woo!
Yep. I don't give a rat's ass. I will go on this mountaintop and die on it.
Let me tell you something, Jay. Just before you get into it, that's my number 8 too, son.
Whoa!
That's my number 8 too. I like that shit.
Whoa!
Put it in the kitchen and cook it because I won't eat it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dude. I had like, listen, for what it was and it being on Netflix alone, and I had no expectations going in, thinking it was going to be another run-of-the-mill bullshit movie. I loved it, dude. I thought it was a great movie. It was one of those movies. It had been a long time. I watched it with April, and then I turned it. We put it back and watched it again. I hadn't done that in forever. Or I rewatched it back to back. It was that good. I enjoyed every bit about that. I thought the character of Leatherface was handled really well. I liked the main guy in it. I hated the obvious Jamie Lee Curtis ripoff that they pulled with what's her name. Coming back from wherever the fuck, working out in the fields, like, I don't know, wiping her butt with grass. I don't know what she was doing.
Jayla Torres said Kid Rock was my favorite cameo because she was basically
But yeah, I thought it was great, man. I thought it had a great atmosphere. I thought the set design was good. I liked that they poked fun without really doing it overtly at the woke shit or at the general nature of always being on your phone, tweeting everything. I'm gonna call my lawyer, dog. Shit, weird, like pussy shit that happens nowadays all the time. I thought it was, and again, the guy that played Leatherface did an excellent job. I thought that guy was awesome. Doesn't get a lot of credit. Nobody ever talks about him, but I think he was great. To me, he was just as good as Derek Mears in Texas.
Oh, you mean Friday? Because
Friday. Friday the 13th. Yeah, the Derek Mears from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you, man. I think Derek Briley, whatever that guy's name, I can't remember his name. He was a good one too. I think Leatherface has nearly had a bad job. There's barely been a bad stunt actor playing Leatherface for the most part. It's not like Halloween and shit like that. They've almost all been good, but this guy was great too. And I love the movie too, dude. It's so rewatchable. Like, you hit the nail on the head. Like, you could watch it back to back, and they were smart enough to make it a brisk, like an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. It's so easy to watch, and honestly, it's a movie you could fast.
And it had a great. You can't understand. The soundtrack was fucking good. The soundtrack was great.
Yeah, it was. David Blue Garcia, I think, directed this, and like, I don't understand it, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I think people got really confused because there's a lot of the woke conversations going in there, but they were, like you said, they were making fun of that. Like, Leatherface was the adjacent to that. Like, he doesn't care. He's not on the internet. Twitter's not real life. He will kill you no matter how nice of a person you think you are. And like, and all that stuff. So I don't know, man. Just amazing kills. Great. The cinematography was good. It's just entertaining as fuck. And it's the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre where there's an actual massacre. So you have to give it credit.
Well, that's what I mean. And I feel like the director finally, it was cool to see a breath of fresh air.
I said that before I saw that. I swear to God. Sorry.
Breath of fresh air, Febreze, it was that the director finally understood how to actually just do a Leatherface movie. You don't have to worry about all this extra bullshit that they had done before, giving us 100 years of backstory, making him a kid, like the dumb shit they did before that. Like, it was just a straight up, honest to God, good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which I enjoyed. Like, it didn't have all the bells and the whistles that they tried to put in and shove in over the years that made them awful. Yeah, dude, that's why it was so good and memorable to me. I really did enjoy that movie overall.
Yeah, and I'm with you, dude. And I think it's a shame that they haven't gone forward with the prequel or whatever they're going to do. I thought for sure when Fede Alvarez, because he produced that, was on the media tour for Romulus, that somebody would ask him. But those fucking journalists all failed us. Nobody asked him what was going on with TCM, so we still don't know.
Yeah, those journalists don't do. Those journalists that interview those kind of people, they're like, Fede, did your parents like cheese a lot? Like, they don't care. Like, they'll probably like, so what's it like doing a remake of such an iconic slasher like Michael Myers? It's got to be something crazy because he's going to be out in the woods, right?
Into the woods.
Like that one turd that interviewed Jamie Lee Curtis years ago on that 2018.
Oh God!
And he called him Jason over. He's like, I love Jay. I was like, dude, who the fuck are these people?
No, he's like, do people like try to scare you with like Jason masks or Friday the 13th or hockey masks? She's like, that's the wrong franchise, honey.
It's so stupid. But yeah, so moving right along because D Mitch is right in our ear.
Hey, you better get out of that candy closet.
Ooh.
Did
Quick,
you hear
mute
that?
the mic. Yeah, mute the mic.
Did you hear that?
Mute the
Hear
mic.
way that
Handle your
my
business.
Teenage
Stay in
daughter
your own business.
disrespects me. They heard that. They heard that. You get in your room. That's your punishment. You stay in your room. That's where you're going anyway.
There's something happening here.
We're gonna send her to military school.
I was gonna say you better turn your camera off and stand on business. Take your belt off.
let me take the belt off real quick.
I'll
be right
business.
back, everybody.
Mike's standing on business. Business. My number 7 is gonna be again. This is gonna make people mad.
Tummy here.
They're gonna make people mad, and I don't get again. I know the movie wasn't well received by a lot of people, but I enjoyed it personally. Was Saw 10. I did. I liked it. I thought it was. I liked the idea about what they were doing with John. I thought, moving forward, I thought it would. I think that it opened up for a lot of possibilities with that kid. I thought that would have made sense because Jigsaw's not going to stay around forever, and making a protege out of that kid would have been good moving forward. But of course they didn't. I did like the backstory that, dude, nobody fucking deserved all they got than those cocksuckers that were like talking about the cure for cancer and then scamming those people. Fuck those bitches. So I actually did root. I mean, I rooted for John the entire time.
That's the name of Jay's new rap album, by the way. It's just like Jay Jones, and it says "fuck those bitches."
Yeah, fuck those bitches, and then it's gonna say on the bottom MAGA. No.
Featuring Tom McDonald.
I was just joking around it. But no. Anyway, yeah, I liked it a lot. I like the backstory that they gave us. I like to see. I can't remember that guy's name. I never can remember his name. The guy that played Jigsaw.
Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell. I thought Tobin Bell he does a phenomenal job, really, in anything he does, especially this character. And it was good to see him back. Will it be his last one? I hope. And not because I don't think he's a great actor, but for the franchise to survive, I think you have to move away from him in some way or another. And again, it opened up a lot of doors for them to do that. I think pretty well. Better than even the Amanda story. The storyline with Amanda was all right, but they never really did anything much with it except for tease story. And then they kept adding people to it. And then you're like, who the fuck is going to be? What is going on? You hired too many secretaries.
People I didn't like this dude, but I always thought she was really overrated as a character. Sorry.
Yeah, I just thought she was hot. But other than that, she was all right. But I mean, I just never really cared about her being
Detective
next.
Hoffman was weird.
Hoffman was good. And it's not it just. Her character just felt underdeveloped in a lot of ways, but anyway, this movie, I thought they did a phenomenal job, and I thought the backstory made a lot of sense about why John does what he does. I know they had kind of teased early. Well, they didn't tease, but they gave us a backstory of John earlier in this whole series that actually did make more sense. But I just like the idea of he had all this hope and possibilities of getting his cancer treated. He goes down there, and then this shit happens. I don't know, dude. For me, I think it was really good. I think they did a great job with it overall. They put a lot of I was gonna say humanity on John, but at least
that was the best part of the movie, though.
Well, yeah, but at least it really is more of a, when you watch it, you're like, I get why he's pissed off now. I totally understand it.
I get it more now, though, but it really did help his character, because there was a couple of those sequels where he's like, you don't understand, you're a bad person and I don't like you, and it's like, you're murdering people, like, get off of your shit, you know what I mean? It did make you understand him a little bit better.
Sometimes Daddy's got to take away the bottle and let you see the real world.
My number 7 is gonna be it's gonna be a little bit of Maxine. Jay hasn't seen this one yet. It's going to be one of the movies that we do a first time watch on the new show that we're going to be doing together. And so I'm going to tell you guys this now, just so that you have no trepidations about anything going forward. I made a concerted effort in this one when I was going through my list. I only put one sequel from each franchise in this. So any of these franchises I'm going to be talking about today, I only put one of the movies from each of the franchises. And it just felt right to me. It just fit on the nub. It felt good. So I chose my personal favorite of the Ty West trilogy. X is fantastic. Pearl is an amazing Oscar-worthy performance. But my personal favorite of the trilogy is Maxine. And that's because, and no spoilers because Jay hasn't seen it yet, but while it had the slasher stuff to it, it had some true crime kind of stuff to it. It also, my favorite part was it felt a little bit like a Shane Black movie at times, whereas they kind of added the investigatory stuff in there, and they added the they mixed Hollywood in with all this nasty stuff that was going on. and nobody saw it going that way, where it went towards this kind of like almost like cops kind of thing that they did. And I love that. I thought it was the most entertaining and watchable of all of them. So if I had to pick one out of that franchise, it'd be Maxine. People aren't going to like that, but that's where I'm putting it.
Never ever take away a girl's maxi pad because you might get Maxine. I'm excited to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I liked X and Pearl. Okay, so I'm excited to see what happens with that one. But my number 6. So, by the way, speaking of which, you said you didn't use 2 movies from each from a franchise.
It's okay if you did. I
only used one, but I had to because I literally was on scraps. I had nothing. I did my best. My number 6 is going to be, and again, now this is up for debate about whether or not you would consider this a slasher movie. I struggled with it whether or not it's going to be accepted as a slasher, but it is what it is. It Follows.
That's fair, dude, because like while I'll be honest with you, it's not in my list, and because I thought maybe, but then in my research I was like, okay, it seems like people err towards the sides of it's not a slasher, but I get it.
Well, so to me it goes back to the same thing with Hellraiser Judgment, because they could be considered psychological horror rather than an actual slasher.
But it feels like a slasher movie, like, yeah. So I get it.
Yeah, It Follows. Well, I think most of us have seen it. It's essentially what happens when you don't wrap it up and you have sex with Courtney Love. That's just what happens. You get an STD and everybody's trying to kill you. It's nasty. And it almost happened to me, thank God. I escaped the STD, but my ex-wife. But overall, I won. I do as far as a movie goes, it's like it's shot like Napoleon Dynamite, but it's got a creepy atmosphere over it instead of a funny one. Like it's like you don't know what year it is, you don't know where it's at, you don't know why they're dressed like they're in the 1980s, but they're using cell phones, and you just know this creepy fucking thing is like stalking them. It's sometimes it's an old lady with her boobs hanging out, and then other times it's an extremely tall man that was rejected from the NBA, Sean Bradley or something.
But they do be chasing you though, like
and they walk, which is scary. I that fucking freaks me out, dude. It's I swear to God, It Follows is what it's like if I smoke pot. Somebody's out to get me. I don't know who it is. It could be anybody. It's changing second to second, and I look behind me. Is that person mad at me? That person doesn't even know me, but maybe they do know me. Maybe they talk to somebody, and now they want to. The movie does a really good job.
For me, it's in I was buzz driving and there was a cop behind me.
That's what it is. It feels like
that, by the way. Don't do that.
But they did a great job. It's an unsettling atmosphere of a movie, and the paranoia and everything that's going on in the film it works in its flavor. So I like it a lot. I've always liked that movie. It makes me feel weird too, which I like. It's weird when people are like, why do you watch movies that make you feel weird? Because it makes me feel something. I don't know. It just I don't know why I like those kind of movies, like the unsettling, creepy nature of it. I don't know.
It's sort of horny too.
Yeah, it is kind of horny. Yeah,
a little horny.
I don't know what that's like. Yeah, it could have been directed by like a Christian coalition. But like, see, kids, that's why you don't fuck outside of marriage.
That's fair. It's like the dad in 10 Things I Hate About You. Is like, don't have sex because you get pregnant and then you'll die. And that's what's going to happen.
That devil's on your heels.
By the way, we're going to keep going through this list. We're going to finish it all. If you guys would kindly keep the super chats going, we're going to answer every single one as we always do. We really appreciate those, by the way. Thank you. So my number 3 is going to be, and by the way, think of your top 10 while we're doing this. My number 3 is going to be Thanksgiving. We talked about it a little bit already. Dude, there's a little bit of recency bias, I think, for some people because it's so new. It just came out, last year. I think it was last year. It just came out, but it's the dawning of a new franchise. Like it's going to be coming out again. They're going to be. I think by next year we should probably have another one. But man, one of them. John Carver is such an interesting killer. Like there's good lore behind it. There's great characters behind it. People were complaining about the dialogue. I'm like, that's Eli Roth dialogue. Like that's a specific esoteric sort of thing, and I really enjoy that feels that way. It's different from other movies. So it has its own kind of flavor and taste to it. And I like that a lot, but not just that, but they do cool stuff with the mask. He has the original mask and then it gets burnt up on the thing. The deaths are over the top great. Just like in Terrifier, how they have their specific deaths. The deaths here are really inventive and really good and tied around the holiday. It has a sense of humor about it. It's really funny. And then it all ends with them sitting around the table and him actually talking like he's on a game show. Like this, it's really fun. And it just opens up so many possibilities for us to have a Saw-ish franchise that comes out every couple of years around the holiday. And I think it's just I love this fucking movie.
Dude, I hope the sequel's called Thanksgiving Stuffed Turkey.
I'm gonna stuff that thing like Sugar Ray Leonard, or no, stuff it like a Thanksgiving
shit out of it.
Yeah.
Hiawatha. My turn. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Jordan fades back, swoosh, and that's the game.
I'm gonna go with okay, so this is gonna be the first. Well, we already know what's gonna happen, so it doesn't matter. But my number 5 is gonna be Halloween Kills. I know people hate. Well, they did. I don't feel like the divisiveness is that strong with Halloween Kills as much as it is with Ends. I think Halloween Kills, for the most part, as far as Michael being like on fire, like that motherfucker, like he's got to be the shoes. It's like NBA Jam. Like he's on fire right now. Like the kills are amazing. I loved everything about when Michael was like full on, like, you motherfuckers have ruined me for the last time. And he comes off the bench and he slam a dama on everybody's face. Slam a jam, a hunka chunka burning love. The firefighter scene, amazing. Just the viciousness of Michael was so good. James Jude Courtney really knocked it out of the park with Michael in the Halloween Kills. Obviously, Evil Dies Tonight. It will go down in history as something as bad as the Harris campaign and Crash and Burn, maybe quicker than her. No, I'm kidding. Just come on, guys. Cut me some slack. All right. I'm running low on the joke material. It's just an easy layup. I have to sometimes. But no, it really, like the Evil Dies Tonight, it sucks what they did with the Tommy character. It could have been done way better than what they did. And it really sucks too, because that guy, and I never can think of his name, Anthony Michael Hall, is a good actor. He's actually a phenomenal actor. But unfortunately, there was just a really poor script written for him. But everything else about that movie was great. I hated that they didn't kill Jamie Lee Curtis and let Andy Matejacek take off as the main girl throughout the entire movie and have her character be built up more. But it is what it is. Other than that, I thought it's just a cool movie to watch and just see Michael unleash. That's why I liked. Well, both of us like Curse of Michael Myers. It's pure rage Michael, and that's always cool. That's always a cool thing to see.
There's no doubt about the franchise, or about that trilogy specifically, that it has the best kills of that trilogy. And really, I mean, they ruined it. Blumhouse and Universal,
the firefighter scene was big time
ruined it by putting it in the trailer. I feel like that movie would be so much more beloved upon instant reactions, and therefore into the future with word of mouth would have been so much more successful had they just kept a lot of the stuff out of the trailers and the marketing that they did. If you were in the theater and that firefighter scene happened, we had no idea we were about to watch Michael Myers come out and go ham on like 7 firefighters, dude, the reactions to that movie would have been so much more positive than they were. But seeing that in the trailer, we expected so much more, and it just ruined that moment for us. But you're right. As a standalone movie, if you found it in a time capsule, we would undig that and be like, oh my God,
I thought
even with the Evil Dies Tonight.
God damn, go back to your drink, you fat drunk. I don't want to hear your mouth until karaoke's over. That's what I would have told him.
Yeah.
But
so
no,
much
anyway,
stuff did seep in.
Yeah. The firefighter scene was completely ruined by the trailer. I don't know why they showed that. They could even shown the. I think it would have been fine if they'd shown when he kills the not show all the kill, obviously, but when he is taking down Lindsay, or he was stalking Lindsay at the playground area, you could have shown some parts of that, and I think people would have got the right idea. They'd be like, oh, this is going to be crazy.
Dude, yeah, that movie would have been so easy to market without showing any of that stuff. Just like the first movie showed the closet jump scare, which is the best jump scare of the movie. And also our buddy, the big sexy Greg Harris is right. The flashback sequences were a 10 out of 10 too.
Oh yeah, amazing. Dude. How did I forget? Yes, the flashback sequence, dude. Yes, I forgot. That might be the best part of the movie. That might be it.
It is.
It's amazing. Jeff. It's so amazing. Yeah, and it makes my pussy wet because I want to see a remake. I want to see a remake with what they did.
And I had the wettest pussy.
It was so wet. It was dripping, moist. But no, anyway, I really would love it because of just that flashback sequence. What was it, like 15 minutes? Done so well. They did such a good job with recreating that moment and those scenes. I would love to see a film that they remade, because at this point, we've talked about this before. I think you should remake it. Get that guy they got to play Michael Myers in that flashback sequence and just do it and set it in the 80s or even the early 90s.
Yeah.
I think it would be so good.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that obviously the problems with the movie were really bad. The dialogue's really terrible.
Yeah.
They really flubbed the ending with the street fight scene where instead of
Well,
actually
and then the
showing it
hospital
how
sequence was dumb. The
yeah.
hospital sequence could have been cut completely out, and it would have been
when
fine.
Tivoli's running around and the whole town's so stupid, they're like, "Hey, that 4'5" Muggsy Bogues guy is definitely Michael Myers," even though like it's just ridiculous. And they really overplayed their hand with like the trauma and like what's been left of this town. Like
That's so dumb.
like let's look at it as what it is. It was scary as hell, and he was wearing a mask, and it was a big deal for the town, but he killed 3 people. Okay, this town all these years later having a karaoke jam and being like, we're so hurt still in this world where all this awful stuff's going on around us. It was just a dumb idea. Like honestly, it was.
Yeah, all that townsfolk chasing that guy up to the hospital is like, what would happen if you brought a Bud Light to a MAGA rally? You were fucked.
Honestly, I would look at that movie and be like, that scene doesn't make any sense. But given today's climate, I think people, the way that we torch chase people over the dumbest shit while Chris Brown's out there making hot records that everyone's buying is pretty ridiculous. So
I never could understand, and I know this is a little bit off topic, but it's like when something like that, when you see something like that offends you.
Adrian said no audio. That's not true, right? You guys can hear us, can't you?
Well, I got agree.
Oh, it was Adrian. He said, "Wait, my bad. It was my internet."
Oh, okay. Yeah, you actually scared me for a second. I was like, my internet takes dumps all the time, so I was like, oh shit, for real? No,
you can find one demerit.
But, like I know this is off topic, and we're talking. I mean, I swear to God, just for a second though. But when something offends you, and you get mad about something, I don't understand why people just can't like move the fuck on. Like, why do you have to like sit there and worry about it so much? You know what I mean? Like that's like a Bud Light at a MAGA rally or pro life people, like who the fuck cares? Like just to be like, oh well, that's stupid, and then just move on, like walk by. I don't know why people have to make such a fuss about dumb shit. It's like they have nothing else to worry about in life.
We gotta yeah, it's the world. It's the world we live in. My number 5 is gonna be it's gonna be The Strangers.
Pray at night. Yeah.
Pray at night. Not during the day. Because the devil ain't out during the day. You gotta pray at night. Because that's when the devil comes to get you. He's gonna butt fuck you. He's gonna do it raw with no diddy loo.
Get it down.
I love this movie, man. I love this movie. I don't care what people think about it. I like it a lot because they took
great movie.
The Strangers, which was a very, very particular idea, and they said, you know what? Let's just have some fun with it. Let's do our own thing with it. Let's party, and they partied with it, and not just that, it had great music in it. One of the most iconic slasher kills of all time, honestly, if we're being honest with each other, with the pool slasher. The pool scene, great. Christina Hendricks, one of the hottest women in horror history, in my opinion. That dad looked like Bill Pullman in Independence Day. Ironically, the son's name was Lewis Pullman, but like in real life. But yeah, I like the characters. I love how they took it and like made you think, is this guy supernatural? This guy might be supernatural. Like at the end when he just kept coming back and coming back. Amazing. Love this movie, dude.
And I loved that Damien Mafia had a bag over his head the entire time, because that's incredible acting.
Honest to God, though, like
he was great. He's great.
If you watch The Strangers, the chapter 1, and you watch that baghead, like nothing wrong with his performance, but you're like, man, we already had Damien, and like you can't top what he did. Like he took that bag and he turned it into a whole ass like Philip Seymour.
Well, he made a character his own, which was great. He did set himself apart from the guy that played him in the original one. But Damien Mafia is the guy that played the adult baghead. I don't know. There was 3 of them. He's the guy. Wasn't it? Yeah, he was the guy, because there was like there was 3 of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought they added a 4th for some reason, but I don't know. My brain was melting for a second. But I've got to go pee. Is probably why.
Stop doing the drugs. Okay. Yeah. While you pee, I'll do my number 4.
Okay, I'll be back.
Me and Jay real quick, so we don't have to. He doesn't wear pants to the streams. He actually wears the thong. I bought it for him last Christmas. Last Christmas, I bought Jay a thong. He wears it all day. I suck on his dong. And that's the famous Mariah Carey song. So my number 4 is going to be thong, the thong, thong, thong. I'm sorry. This show sucks. My number 4 is going to be it's going to be Creep. My number 4 is going to be Creep. I just did a review of the Creep tapes. Please watch the Creep tapes. It's on Shudder. It's so damn good. If you're a fan of Creep or Creep 2, you got to watch it. But no, Creep, dude, Mark Duplass, I feel like it's so underrated, man. Like, is it found footage? Sure. Is it low budget as hell? Yeah. But it's kind of like, in a weird way, Evil Dead. It's just guys with a camera, 2 dudes with a camera, went to a cabin in the middle of the woods and made this hilarious, scary, awkward, crazy-ass slasher movie. And where it's basically like it's Mark Duplass doing his own Patrick Bateman. And watching this dude act was just one man in front of a found footage camera. But it's not like that's the thing with found footage, right? With a lot of found footage, you get terrible actors like, oh my God, you know, TJ Miller in Cloverfield with the camera. Like with Mark Duplass, they had this little camera and you just had a great actor in front of you. You had a great actor doing crazy stuff. I mean, off the top of the wall, nut bar, crazy scene chewing performances, and just really having a field day with it. I mean, it's a masterclass in acting, in my opinion. And just the idea of the movie is so crazy. And they pull out the tubby time when he's in the tub. He's like, yeah, me and mom used to do tubby time together. And then the wolf mask and all that stuff. Just, dude, Creep was so fun. It's such a good movie. And it doesn't have a lot of the problems other found footage movies have, because the camera's not going crazy the entire time. It's not a bunch of annoying characters. You're really wondering where this goes. And it is a slasher, but it's just like a stripped back slasher with some amazing dialogue and acting. I just don't think it gets enough credit, in my opinion. Like, I don't think either Creep 1 or Creep 2 or the Creep tapes gets enough credit for just how awesome it is. Could you imagine, by the way? Like, imagine this. Imagine if they did an American Psycho type movie with Christian Bale. If Christian Bale just wanted to, this is actually a really good idea, by the way. If Creep never existed, all right, Christian Bale's Patrick Bateman goes to a cabin and he has a bloodlust. You know, I fear my mask of sanity is slipping. I'm on the verge of frenzy. And he goes to a remote cabin and hires somebody to come film him, and then does Patrick Bateman shit. And then you see Patrick Bateman in a found footage that's like talking. It's like, why don't you come over here, Stanley? I want to show you my new Huey Lewis in the News album. You know, like that would be amazing, but we have it in Creep. It's already there. So it's Creep. Creep's not number 4, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good pick.
Thanks,
I like that pick.
Dad.
That's what it says on my restraining order from the karaoke bar. Being a creep. No, I
gotta pee down, by the way.
Okay.
Tell me and I'll type it and then I'll run.
Brightburn is my number 4.
God, dude, it's crazy because like I could be like, I feel off the superhero movie, but like I literally had it on my list because I was like, that's a slasher movie.
It is. I think it is. I think a lot of people might not agree with that, but here's the reason why. You're wrong. So no, well, first off, the premise of Brightburn is amazing. It did such a great job with the idea of an evil Superman and what would happen if Superman, when he lands in Smallville, Kansas, Martha and Jonathan, they raise him incorrectly, or he just doesn't like fall in line and shreds his humanity. What kind of monster would he be? And that's what Brightburn does. It shows us that dark reality of where Superman had basically gone insane. Well, not really even insane, just accepted that he's above everyone else and just goes on a murder spree because he can, and there's no one that can stop him. Yeah, and I did debate whether or not it would be accepted as a slasher film, but like Mike said, it really is a slasher if you think about it. The kills in that are some of the best, as far as like superhero kills anyway. And they did an incredible job with the actor that played the kid, the kid Superman, the kid evil Superman, and the parents were great. Everybody was great in that movie. I really did enjoy it. I've watched it several times. I would have loved to have seen this have a sequel to it. I think it would have been really cool. And then I think even in the movie they mentioned that there were other heroes out there, or not heroes, but there were other people with special abilities. And it would have been cool. I don't know. See, dude, this is what I wish that DC would do. Like what Brightburn gave us is exactly what DC would like go their own way and make something that I think they had something called years ago. It was called DC Black, or they were going to do something called DC Black, where it was like they were going to take independent stories and tell different stories out that didn't connect with each other. Like I would love to see Red Sun. There's the one graphic novel where Batman turns into an evil vampire would be cool. But anyhow, we're talking about slashers, Jay. Get it together. Fuck. Stop your nerddom. I'm sorry. But yeah, overall, man, Brightburn is an amazing film. I can't remember who directed it. I will look it up on my handy dandy smartphone because I can and I will. By the way, Elizabeth Banks was great in that too. David Yarvetsky. What the fuck did he do? I thought it was done by somebody else. God, that guy looks like he nonstop jerks off to like Green Day. I never heard of this guy. I don't know who he is. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yes. So now I'm just going to fill dead air because I have nothing else. I will tell you about this until Mike gets back. So I've recently started another playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and I've been utilizing mods. What a good time that is. I don't know if you guys know what Baldur's Gate 3 is. It just happens to be one of the best RPGs in the last 10 years that they released by Larian Studios, enjoying every single bit of it. And we've gotten some new mods this week, which is great. You can now actually, in the game, if you wanted to, you can mod your game and have lightsabers instead of swords. Great times, good times. But
wow, you must get laid a lot.
yeah, it doesn't happen. What's a vagina? I don't know. I've seen it in a book.
I get back right time. It's like, actually,
well, I'd already said my piece.
Use the mod, you can
I already
use
said my piece, and I
Skywalker's.
couldn't go to number 3. I didn't want to like just like not say anything and just stare at the fucking like I'm in scanners.
It was just the perfect time to come out. It's like, actually, if you use the mod, you can use.
Well, I know, but I was like, I like. It's just like when you have like, it's like when you already did your report, and they're like, all right, but you're supposed to fill 10 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, but I already did it. I'm like, yeah, well, you have to talk about it some more.
Did you do your number 3 yet?
No, but I will. My number 3, it shouldn't be a surprise. Well, it may be because people think I hate it, which I don't know why they think that. Terrifier. Baldur's Gate. Well, first off, there is some homosexual romances that you can engage with. I have not because I'm not into that ooey gooey gay butt fuck, but you can do it. Which is great because it's very inclusive in that way. I will say number 3 is Terrifier.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. Not
wow.
Nobody.
Wow.
No.
Oh yeah, you're a Terrifier 2 hater.
I'm not a hater. I like Terrifier 2, the first part of it I like. The second part is like when you like, you know what, I really enjoyed that burrito, but now I'm shitting myself nonstop. Like that's what it feels like. It's like the burrito was great, but now I can't get off the toilet and I have to call into work. But yeah, Terrifier 1. It came out of nowhere. It came in like a wrecking ball. It really was like that. I
don't feel that dick at all.
That's actually a song. That's actually a song in Baldur's Gate. You're right. That's a song in Baldur's Gate. But no, Terrifier came out of nowhere. Art the Clown, I think, has earned himself a spot when you talk about classic slashers at this point. I know that some people might think it's too early. It's too early. He's just in his rookie year. But hey, you see greatness, you got to accept greatness. I thought the kills were so well done, and the gore effects were amazingly well done, and especially for a low budget horror movie as it was when Terrifier came out, based on the short. I think it was a short, right, or something like that before, because they had a different guy.
Yeah, All Hallows Eve. Yeah,
All Hallows Eve. Yeah,
Anthology.
Based on incredible work, and all the everything. Like he was mysterious, he was scary, he was. You didn't really understand why he was doing what he was doing. It felt like an old school throwback, like to a Halloween. Like there is no reason, there is no rhyme to what he's doing or why he's doing. You don't really know. And this clowns are fucking scary. And they picked the perfect one. They picked the perfect makeup for him. And yeah, dude, Terrifier. It definitely deserves to be in the top 5.
I like it, Jay. I do like it. I like it so much. I can't take it in my heart. I like it so much. My number 3. It's gonna be. I'm waffling right now in my head between my 3 and my
Tell
3.
me.
It's hard. I don't know. I'm just gonna stay true to myself, and I'm not gonna lie. My number 3 is gonna be Terrifier 2. Terrifier Dos Techies, the best Terrifier film of all the Terrifier films. We all know Terrifier 2 is the best Terrifier. Dude, like, I don't understand why Jay doesn't like this movie. And I think what happened was he heard that I liked it. He heard how much I liked it.
That's your MO.
And he was like, he went into it like, I'm gonna hate this because Mike likes it, and I don't want to be seen as someone who likes what Mike likes. So I'm gonna pretend. I hate it.
That's not true.
And that's what he's doing.
You know what? First off, we're breaking up. I don't even know. Like this attitude that you're coming at me with is completely unheralded. No, well, first, I don't know why you like me. You hate Hellraiser, or not, you hate Nightmare on Elm Street 3 because you think it's too much fantasy bullshit in it. And the second part of the movie is literally about angels and demons and fucking magic.
Christmas tree cakes.
Magic,
yeah, but they do it way better. They do it better than
Wes Craven wrote that shit.
Nah, he did not. You keep saying that. He wrote a version of it that was
about rejected. The Dream Warriors, though. The Dream Warriors was him.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you silly little girl.
Take a dump in your Kellogg's and eat them.
Listen to me. No, Terrifier 2 is my favorite Terrifier 3, even above Terrifier 3, which I know that people love, and I thought it was great too. But it feels more of an extension of 2 than its own thing. Terrifier 2 to me is the Dark Knight of the franchise. In the same way,
that's crazy, dude.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Don't
trying to rob my bank.
Don't you laugh at me while I'm telling my business. No, I really, it's the Dark Knight of the franchise, man. Where Terrifier was great, Batman Begins was great. Terrifier 2 came out, and it just it expanded that shit. It was the acting was better, the cinematography was better, the music was better, the lore was better. It added all sorts of new story to it. It is an amazing film, and it was way longer. I even think with that running time, which I thought originally was a terrible idea, they did a great job with it, and they made art so much more than just a grindhouse slasher in that. To me, that's the movie that took him from, oh, this crazy, weird grindhouse slasher to this guy means business, and he deserves to be in the upper echelon of slashers because there's so much extra going around him. And because what other movie do you know? What other fucking franchise slasher do you know didn't start with a classic horror movie? Like Terrifier wasn't a classic. It wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street. It wasn't Scream. I'll give you maybe Friday the 13th did this way, maybe. But like it wasn't Scream, it wasn't Halloween. Terrifier came out and it was what it was. And
I feel like it had a pretty good cult following though.
It had a cult following. It was a surprise success, but it wasn't even in theaters, right? So like, and then Terrifier 2 comes out and it's in theaters and it became the classic film. And it expanded on, and it gave you your final girl, who's, in my opinion, one of the top 5 final girls in all of horror history with just one film under her belt. Now, especially 2. But Sienna is so good, and I love this movie, man. I think it's a fucking classic horror film. I really do. I do.
Yeah, nothing speaks like classic when that girl takes a fucking black shit in the laundromat for no reason. And you're like, what the fuck did you eat? That's fucking gross.
And even the ancillary characters, man. Brooke, really hot, really fun. The dude who's got his dick ripped off was a fun dude. I liked him as well. Like it's better than a lot of number 2s and a lot of the best slasher franchises.
Yeah, I'll give you that. As far as the sequel goes, like a lot of the sequels can't hold it up or hold up what came before. So yeah, it's not. I mean, it did expand on it, so it did a good job there. But yeah, so good job. Huh?
Change your mind. You should rewatch it and change your mind.
I have. I've tried to rewatch it, and I was like, and then I turned it off when it gets to the second part. I was like, you know what I would have done? I would have just slashed it right about there. But anyway, my number 2, I don't think this is going to be a big shocker to anybody. It's going to be Halloween 2018. It might be a big shocker because it's not number 1, but Halloween 2018 is the
your number
like,
1's going to be Scream 6, I bet.
Holy fuck. Are you serious? No, Halloween 2018, dude. Like, what can you say that we haven't talked about 100 times about how good it was and how well they brought that character back to life after Busta Rhymes nutshotted it into oblivion with Resurrection? This movie, Mike mentioned about Batman Begins and Dark Knight. This was technically a Batman Begins type of resurrection for the Halloween franchise. Without this movie, I don't think it would have ever gotten back into the conversation again with people. I mean, they were already talking about throwing Michael Myers versus Jason. And once that happens, once they put the versus things in, it's over. They pretty much they've hoard out their characters so much they have to do something. So Halloween 2018 comes along and I think they gave every fan of the Halloween franchise exactly what they wanted, and they were able to do that by not shying away from what makes that character so cool, but also bringing in new fans with the introduction of Annie Matejcek and that cast as well. They did a good job, but yeah, and again, you can't, dude. David Gordon Green did a phenomenal job. He understood the character, he understood the setting. And I love the fact that they gave Nick Castle a cameo in there. I love the fact that James Jude Courtney said that he set and he worked with Nick Castle to get down the movements correct. Yeah, the one thing I hated about it, and I hated the fact that he even showed his face a little bit. I don't like that. I don't know why they always have to insist to show his face. It's just like a Batman movie. I don't know why you have to do that, but but to me, one of the most iconic scenes of that movie, and it's like, we back, baby, is when he like slams the trunk and then you see him in his full regalia. You're like, oh, that's my man. That's my man. Go get him, Tiger. When that scene happens, I was like, we in for some good shit. We eating good tonight, boys. Yeah, dude. Halloween 2018. We've talked about it at length about why it's so good and why it's so memorable. So there it is, number 2.
I like it, and I can't wait to see which number 1 is. I'm
I told you,
with
it's the fucking Crow, dude. Get off my ass.
The new one, the new Crow.
The new one. The new one, obviously.
My number 2 is going to be a little bit a movie called Scream.
I knew it.
5. Let's just call it Scream 5 because it's Scream 5. Okay, that's what it is. Scream 5. Mm-hmm. And I was torn. Like like I said, I didn't originally start this list this way, but as I was making the list and I had movies that I needed to be in there, like Thanksgiving or In Violent Nature, Christmas, Bloody Christmas, I kept thinking to myself, like, it feels better to me to have this list not include 2 sequels to the same franchise. Mm-hmm. So Scream 5 was my pick. I easily like Scream 5 more than Scream 6. It's partly nostalgia, like, because it's weird to say nostalgia because it was only a few years ago, but Scream coming back after Scream 4 in the hiatus is a nostalgic thing for me because we didn't have Wes Craven and we had to wait so long for it. And it was so exciting to figure out what that was going to be. It was a lot like Halloween 2018 in that regards for me. And I love what they did with it. I love the new characters that they did. I like Melissa Barrera was great. Jenna Ortega was great. Richie was great. Is it perfect? No, but it's kind of the Force Awakens of the Scream franchise in that Radio Silence knew exactly, like, they didn't make a new classic Scream film, I wouldn't say. And I think some people were disappointed because they thought it was going to be something really new and different, but they were big enough fans of the franchise that they knew the beats. Like, they knew exactly how to make a Scream movie, and they did it. It was a well-oiled Scream movie, like down to like the way that the characters talked, to the way they did the cuts, to the way they did the soundtrack. They managed to, without Wes Craven, bring us a Scream movie that felt like it belonged in the franchise. And that's just really, really special to me. And it made it possible for the franchise to keep moving forward, and had some good kills in it. I absolutely hate and loathe forever for the rest of my life. Fuck, God damn it. It sucks that they killed David Arquette's character off. One of the worst decisions. Always.
I think they should have killed them all off.
You shut your
goddamn
sucking
Gail,
mouth.
Gail swallows. Gail swallows.
I will fuck your mouth. I really wish Wrong Kid Died. Definitely should have been Courtney Cox or someone else, anyone else, because the franchise will never be as good going forward without David Arquette's Dewey as it would have been with him. So I hate that.
I'll tell you this, man. Scream 5 is on my honorable mention list. I mean, I did enjoy it overall, and I think they handled Dewey's death. I think they did it as best they could, and I like that they gave him a lot of screen time and they built him up. And I like the fact that he was kind of not a lot of screen time, but I like the fact that he did get, when he was on screen, they gave him a lot of good lines, and I like the fact that he was kind of like a retired, like, out in the dusty old butt crack of Arizona. I know it wasn't Arizona, but you know what I mean, like living out in the trailer and then bringing him back and him coming back. I thought it was cool. And again, I just feel like you guys should have killed off Courtney Cox. You should have killed off Nev Campbell. And unfortunately, you should have killed off Dewey and then move forward. But they didn't want to do it, and that's fine. Gil will continue to swallow, and we will see what happens in the future.
Don't you have to bother me when I clean my room.
So my number 1 film of the last decade is going to be The House That Jack Built with Matt Dillon. With Matt Dillon. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I do. As far as we talked earlier about Terrifier and how it came out of nowhere and it was such a breath of fresh air in the slasher genre, I feel like The House That Jack Built was kind of the same way. It was very much like a poetic type of artsy fartsy American Psycho. That's what I feel like it was. And it was obviously they were doing Dante's Inferno. I thought Matt Dillon was incredible as a serial killer in this. I think he did such a good job, and the kills were phenomenal as well. Let's not forget. But I also like the fact that they didn't romanticize the serial killer. Like, you see a lot of fucking movies that come out that are all about Ted Bundy or whoever, and they try to romanticize him. It's like, maybe he was a good guy. He had a big cock or something stupid like that. Washboard abs, like that one with Zac Efron that they did not long ago.
I mean, love this movie. Yeah.
But The House That Jack Built, dude, was a truly unique film because they don't romanticize the serial killer. They get inside of his head and he starts, like, you kind of see how he thinks, and like the nipple rip, like he's cutting those tits, dude. It's just so fucked up. And then he's explaining to you like it's not a big deal. It's like, but this is what it's all about. Like, it's all good. Don't worry, dude. Matt Dillon deserved a fucking Oscar, or at least a nod or something when this movie came out, and he didn't get it. But I love that movie, dude. I love it.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, it was on my list when I was thinking about it. I saw it in my own eyes as more of a serial killer than a slasher, but like, you could totally, like, I don't disagree with you. Like, you could totally look at it as a slasher movie too. And again, what's the difference between a serial killer and a slasher? There's really not one.
Not, I
You know
mean,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like if you're
Well, and
watching this character go through and kill people, he's a slasher, he's a serial killer. It's the same thing. He doesn't have to be supernatural.
And I like listen, I've always loved the Dante's Inferno story. I always thought that was cool, and I like that they implemented and incorporated it into the movie.
Yeah,
and made it they modernized it a little bit, but it was so cool, man. And I like at the ending where he like goes into hell. I thought that was fucking cool, dude. I don't know. I mean, it was a little bit out there. Let's not be. It's like,
throwing his fucking boat.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of the poem, but the fact that he like they're like, come on, Jack, let's go this way. Like, let's go through this wall in your back of your freezer, and we'll go into hell. That sounds great. Let's do that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was cool, man.
I love that movie too, dude. I think it's a great pick, honestly. I really do. My number one is gonna be, we've talked about it. It's Halloween.
It's
Halloween
God. I cannot believe
I'm
your
sorry.
Nipples aren't lactating blood right now. Holy
I was thinking
shit.
about Jeepers Creepers 3 Reborn, but I'm gonna go. I'm just kidding with you. It's Halloween 2018. It's my number one.
Dude, I wasn't gonna put it past you though, dude.
Fuck you, dude.
This motherfucker loves controversy, dude.
No, it's Halloween 2018. Look, oh God, I heard. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you know what? Her reaction was the same as mine. Is when I thought you were going to put Halloween Ends as your number one. It's not like a Blair Witch Project over there.
Yeah, no, it's scary. No, it's Halloween 2018 for me. Like, I love Halloween Kills too. We talked about that again. I'm going to go back and mention once again when I was making this list. I felt, for me personally, I wanted to keep more than one movie in each franchise out of it. So, and I think just Halloween 2018 meant so much. Like, it just meant so much. It's not a perfect film, but honestly, when it came out, it got so much more hate than it even deserved. Mm-hmm. Like, people were like pointing out the tiniest little things. Like, I can't believe they had a kid making jokes in it. The damn Danny McBride is stupid funniness. Like,
oh yeah,
the movie's not perfect. Blumhouse messed up a lot with their marketing of it. The Jamie Lee Curtis stuff was a little bit over the top. But, dude, they brought us back. Let's not forget. Let's forget about Halloween Ends and everything. They brought us back to Michael Myers. And if you look at Halloween Resurrection and you look at Halloween H2O and all these movies, glaring issues with the mask, with the way he moved, stuff like that. You can say a lot about 2018, but one thing you can't say is that they didn't absolutely crush and perfect Michael Myers. I don't care how old he was, dude. He was mean. His kills were gnarly. When he stomped Sartain's head, he made a man-o'-lantern out of Chris Nelson. He just was scary. The Andy Matichek was a great addition. Even the teens he killed were likable and interesting. The shots of him walking through, dude, when he walks through and like picks up, like, dude, just all the shots of him walking through Haddonfield, all of it. The music bringing John Carpenter back.
Oh yeah, I forgot the music was so good. Yeah,
dude, just like I think in 50 years, this will be looked at as a legendary Halloween film. And the fact
50 years, goddamn.
Well, yeah, I know. But like Batman Begins style, brought, like, as you said, brought Halloween back, brought Michael Myers back, and they made a good film. It's a good movie. Like, Halloween Kills, I don't think is a really good movie, but it's an amazing slasher film. I think Halloween 2018 is a good movie. You
talked about, we got to give the credit, all the credit in the world to Chris Nelson, dude. Like, that mask that he worked on was so good. It was so great to see, that mask, and he had done such a great job with it. And again, you got to get the mask right with Michael Myers. You have to. It's golden rule number one. If the mask sucks, the movie's going to be, well, okay, that's not always true, because Halloween 4 was amazing, and that mask looked like Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation. So fine. But you still, generally it helps if that mask looks good. And like Resurrection's mask, that motherfucker looked like Sum 41's lead singer. Like, I always like when he was walking anyway. And with 2018, they brought it back at the mask. It looks good. It looks scary in different lights. It looks like the original mask. It was perfect, dude.
Yeah, my wife's making popcorn for the kid. It smells like popcorn here, in case you want to smell vision as well.
I could smell it through the screen. Butter?
Yeah, but dude, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. I mean, like,
what a time to be alive, by the way, man. And it's a special movie to us too. Like, and I get that if you don't feel this way, but it was a special movie to us because, like, this movie introduced us to so many of you guys too. Like, it was such a great time to be alive, to follow those updates and see what was going on. They're bringing Halloween back, and they actually did it right. It may not be perfect, but they did it right. And like, you know, and again, like you said, if you put this mask in Halloween 4, it's bar none, unquestionably the greatest sequel to the Halloween franchise. No argument from anyone whatsoever. That movie was so good that if it had a correct mask and Michael looked and acted right, it would have been the best sequel. And at least we had that with this, and a pretty good movie around it as well.
Yeah, amazing.
I liked it. Yep. Long wiener, and also long, not that long, but I got a lot of honorable mentions. Do you have a lot of honorable mentions?
No, I'm gonna let you go through. I gotta go pee again. God damn this cherry Diet Coke.
It'll get you. It'll get you. Honorable mentions. Let's talk about it. Clown. I think Eli Roth produced this movie, if I'm not mistaken. There's a movie called Clown that came out, directed by, I think, John Watts, the guy who directed the Spider-Man movies. Clown was a good movie. Obviously before Terrifier or anything like that, but it's forgotten about, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Haunt, Damien Mathei also in that movie as well. You guys know Haunt. A lot of people love that movie. Great premise for a horror movie. Awesome movie. Loved it. Sick, directed by horror royalty in Kevin Williamson. No, excuse me, written by Kevin Williamson. Felt screamish. COVID slasher movie. Sick, I enjoyed a lot. The Babysitter, Samara Weaving, fantastic movie, entertaining as hell. X, obviously, we talked about that. Scream 6, obviously, you guys know I liked it, just not as much as Scream 5. Kills, we talked about that. The Candyman remake, not perfect. Obviously, they went with some political type stuff, like towards the end, and kind of wish-washed a lot of it, but it was still a great film, I felt like. It was a really good film, I felt like. An entertaining slasher movie. And some of those moments, the way they shot it, the cinematography, the kills, were really good and underrated in that for sure. Happy Death Day, fun. I always got annoyed with the Groundhog Day elements, but like still a fun movie that I enjoyed with a great final girl in it. The Final Girls, obviously, the Final Girls should be in there. That's an entertaining movie. I really need to rewatch that because it's been a long time, to be fair. Hellfest, fantastic movie. Again, the same premise as they did with Haunt, but Hellfest was really fun, and it was a nice throwback to slashers. I like that was in theaters, and they really did it up with that one for sure. Fear Street, the trilogy, none of them were perfect, but they took an R-rated approach to Goosebumps, and they made them entertaining. The guy who played the Milkman would have made it for a great slasher movie. We had him on the show, and he was a really interesting dude, stuntman, all sorts of stuff. I really like the Fear Street movies. Christopher Nelson did the special effects for those and the kills. Freaky, Vince Vaughn. Freaky was great because it was Scream-esque. Christopher Landon directed that, and that's exactly why he had the job for Scream 7 before everything went to shit, because Freaky felt so much like a Scream movie. It brought us Catherine Newton, for those who didn't know who she was, who was just really great in the recent Lisa's Frankenstein, who's definitely going to be a future player in horror movies. She was amazing. Freaky was a great movie, and Vince Vaughn was awesome, as he is in a lot of stuff that he's uncredited for. Creep 2, obviously we talked about Creep. Hush was a great movie. I really enjoyed that a lot. If it had a sequel, I imagine it could have pushed the lore further and been even more, but I like Hush a lot. Pearl, obviously, and obviously Terrifier 3 was great. Again, I could easily go through this list and put Halloween Kills, Scream 6, Creep 2, and Terrifier 3 could easily be a part of this list. It just felt right to me to throw out some slashers that weren't part of major franchises. And, you know, if you guys haven't seen Christmas Bloody Christmas, it's a great slasher movie to watch this Christmas, or in a violent nature, and stuff like that. But it felt nicer to me to have some variety rather than have a bunch of franchise horror. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. And the last honorable mention would be, obviously, if I consider the House of Jack Bell slasher, would be in there because I love that movie too, as well as Brightburn. But my main one that I excluded, because it's hard to consider it a pure slasher movie, is The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. This 2014 film, him and Anna Kendrick were in it. It's not a slasher per se, but it is a serial killer who does do slashing. And it's fascinating. It's hilarious. It's fun. It's a great film. It's as good as many films on this list. I can't go there as far as considering it a pure slasher, so I left it off. But The Voices of Ryan Reynolds, great movie if you haven't seen it.
That movie sucks.
Yeah! Shut your fucking mouth, man.
No,
shut your mouth.
Mine's quick. It's Creep, like sex. It's Creep. It's It, the first one.
That's
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It's not like what's his name, dude? The guy that played him originally, Pennywise.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. It's not Tim Curry at all. Skarsgård is all right, but still overall, it's pretty good. Not bad a movie. Trap, just a recent one. Trap.
Yeah.
Dude, Hartnett
If
needs
he'd
to do
done a
more,
bit
dude.
more slashing, you know.
Yeah, a little bit more, but it was so good. It was so well set up. But yeah, I don't. I guess there won't be a sequel to it. I can't remember how it ended. It's been a minute, but I love that movie. Strangers 2 was on there. Split. I had Split on there as well. I don't see. Again, is it psychological? I don't know if it's a psychological thriller, but he does do some slashing in it. I mean, he had killed people before. The main guy in Split. So I don't know. And then Scream 5.
It's like, hey, you guys live right now?
Hey, I know that guy. And then Scream 5.
What?
Scream 5 was on my honorable mention.
Look at you Scream loving son of a bitch. Jay loves the Scream
franchise. I don't know. Nope. The only one is the first, and I will not brook any arguments.
You love the Scream franchise.
I don't hate the Scream franchise. I just don't think it should have been I think it should have ended with the first one. No, actually, I don't mind it. Scream 2 was good, but after that, we got goofy as fuck. But that's just my opinion.
That's fair. I got Tinkle Tom.
All right. All right.
What movies did we miss? How do you guys feel about that? And let me jump into immediately. Hey, bud, I'm trying to do a stream. I can't just pet you all the time, but I will.
He's acting like a wife.
Give
me attention, or I'll delete your NBA 2K career.
He's so bullshit. I'll delete your NBA 2K career. It's like, no,
dude, I watch this violent. Like, I do watch violent stuff on Twitter, but I watched this one where this guy breaks up with the girl because she thought it'd be funny to go. She was literally laughing, dude. She deleted his 2K career mode on NBA, and he broke up with her ass. Because she's like, you play that game too much and shit. I'm like, why the fuck you got to delete that? Like,
just leave people alone.
He put into that because he had money and shit in it too. And he'd been playing. He's like he'd been playing it for like 2 or 3 years and built up a career mode on it.
That's the kind of thing that if that was your best friend and you knew that he spent like years working on that shit and you came over, he'd be like, leave Brittany alone.
Dude, he enjoys it. Like she was like, are you serious right now? He's like, yeah, I'm fucking serious. You deleted it. He goes, I don't know you about you. Is you a magician? You better magician my shit back on the screen. And then he did like this. Like that, I was like, "Oh fuck!" But he didn't punch her. But
no, that's a bridge.
He didn't punch her, but she was like, "He's like, because you need to spend more time with me."
Okay, even if he raised his fist to her, fuck that guy.
Well, no, I was like, "Yeah, it's a good thing that you guys are ending things because it's not looking good."
So this is going a bad road, man. It's going a bad road.
All
right. Well, we're at the very tip top. We haven't got to a single super chat yet, so it's all the way at the top.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a moment.
All right. I love to watch men in the shower. Soapy suds running down their crack. Put my wiener in my sack. What? In my butt. All right. JK, thank you so much. Says January 6th, Raw is Netflix. Thoughts? Watch along? I don't know if we're gonna do a watch along with it. I hope it's good, man. It could be great. I think they've got the I personally cannot stand Netflix right now because of the way they handled the streaming with the Jake Paul Tyson fight. I thought it was awful, but regardless, beyond that, I think production wise, it's going to be great, and I think they're going to do good. I hope they do good. I'll check it out. I haven't been much into wrestling in a long time. So it's just not really, there's not really anything that's been going on that's been appealing to me. And now that fucking Logan Paul's in it, oh my God. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good product, definitely. And I think it'll show that they can move on without Vince at the helm too. So thanks so much, JK. Dean Kareem Between says, can't stay tonight, so happy Thanksgiving, Wham Fam. Thank you so much, Dean Kareem Betweens. I'm going to look like your profile pic after Thursday for sure. Going to be a good time, but happy Thanksgiving to you as well, and thanks for stopping by. Jason Perez, thanks so much, says, hello, baby. I literally finished Hysteria in 24 hours. That is one hell of a great soundtrack. Let me tell you, the Chucky film must be theatrical. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you just said, kid, but I respect you and I love you. No, I don't know. I think you were talking about something with Mike, some kind of soundtrack. I don't know anything of that. The Chucky flick must be theatrical. It must not be made, in my opinion. But that's just me, Jason. That's just me. I don't know. I don't like Chucky. I think that Child's Play 1 was good, and I even enjoyed the remake to a degree. But I'm done with. But I will remember your super chat so Mike can answer that one part of that question. I don't know what the other Hysteria is, but thank you so much, Jason. Tim McChickens coming off hot from the McDonald's Value Mill says, can Loomis sing Life is a Highway? Life is a highway. I want to drive it all night long. Kill Michael. If I see Michael Myers, I'm going to run over him with my dong. Oh. I don't know. That's the best you're going to get, Tim. But thanks for stopping by, dude. Also, no, Tim, I'm not doing twice. I don't do 2 shows in a week. I just won't do it. I do 2 shows in a week, but can Slenderman sing Life is a Highway? No, dude. Life is a highway. Me want to drive it all night long. Yeah. If you go in my way, stop by that subway on the way. See, I'm adding words to it, but that's okay. Thanks, Tim. Let's see. JT Owsley, thank you so much, says, I love Thanksgiving. Oh, shit. You know what, JT, if it's going to be something weird, for me, it's a time to reconnect with my aunt. She stuffs my turkey. I knew it. 100. And I send her home with plenty of leftovers all over her face. Some of that gravy loving, huh? Good God. What the fuck? JT, every time I don't think it can sink lower in the mud, you come along and prove me wrong. Sir, you are a national treasure that should be defended at all costs. What a fucking nasty shit thing to say. But hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess, down in the South. JT, thank you so much. Michael Parton, hey, dude, thank you, dude. Says, my birthday is going to be this Saturday on the Patreon stream, but I wanted to give you guys some early birthday love. Hey, thank you so much, Michael. That's awesome. We're going to be hanging out again, plugging it once again, Saturday, Patreon, live stream. Mike and I are going to be playing that new game. I don't know what it is. I can't remember the Halloween Ash arcade style game. Going to be fun, but we'll definitely be hanging out with all you guys. And Michael, happy early birthday to you, dude. We can't wait to see you on Saturday. It's going to be a good time. And keep on trucking. Matt Hayes, member for 5 months, dude. All right, we'd like to see it. Got a notification today that I'm still paying for this. What the fuck? All right, well, Matt Hayes was a member for 5 months. All right, let's give it up. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm glad you're still here. But hey, thanks for dropping by with that wonderful, wonderful super chat. Nighttime. Yo, Chalice Loomis, is your refrigerator running? Oh my God, dude. No, but you know what's not running? You. To your unemployment agency. Get a job. Stop with the stupid jokes nighttime. I don't want to hear it. The man, the myth, the legend, Courtney Reed. Mike, can you do Beetlejuice? Jay, can you do Steven Skull about Thanksgiving? Remember, Mike, Beetlejuice is your impression of Chalice with a deep voice. I'll wait for Mike to get back to do that, Courtney, but thanks, man. Yeah, for sure, I'll do that for you. But yo, I will do it. That was, hold on. I got to timestamp this for a second. 8:04 and sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. 7-11. Okay. I just have to make sure I remember. The Lemon Press coming in. Thank you so much, The Lemon Press. Love your lemonade. Says, my list for tonight's stream. Number 1, Terrifier 3. Whoa. Recent one, eh? Number 2, Malignant. I almost do. I swear to God, I didn't put it on my honorable mentions, but I considered it for sure. Malignant. Number 3, Halloween, of course. Number 4, Skull, The Mask. Number 5, Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight, because you might get a tick on your wiener. You got to be careful when you're out there.
That would be awful.
It would be awful. Number 6, The Final Girl. Number 7, Freaking. Number 8, The Conference. Number 9, Scream 5, I'm assuming. Number 10, Thanksgiving. Actually, dude, your list is a lot cooler than ours. Like that, actually, a lot of those I haven't seen, but if I saw the recommendations of like, hey, these are movies I haven't seen, I might check them out. Or mine is pretty generic and stupid, but I like your list, dude. I like your list.
I liked your list, Jay. I thought your list was good.
So 8:04, Courtney wants you to do Beetlejuice, talking about Thanksgiving, and me to do Steven Seagal, and then he wants you to remember Beetlejuice is just Chalice with a deeper voice.
I'm gonna do my best, Courtney, for you. I'm gonna do my best. This is gonna be terrible, okay? But talking about what?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Listen, this guy with a mask, okay? And he likes to eat turkey. Everybody likes to eat turkey. Honk, honk. kills people. It's like, I can't do it. I can't.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It just sounds like you're really drunk at the I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want to say I love stuffing turkeys.
I wish I could do better, but I can't.
Turkey belly is a turkey off the plate. Or is I
failed you.
Steven Seagal. I would talk about Thanksgiving, except I don't like to talk about it because I had to take on my Shidoshi master on the day of Thanksgiving. It's terrible memories. I invented Thanksgiving, you know.
I was gonna say that's what Steven Seagal would say. He'd be like,
my ancestors invented Thanksgiving, and I am a progenitor of my ancestors. Thank you. I don't know. I can't do Steven Seagal either. It's a tough one, dude. Oh, and then there was another. It wasn't somebody. I guess something that you talked about earlier, but I answered the second part. But Jason Perez said he finished Hysteria in 24 hours. That's one of a hell of a great soundtrack. Let me tell you. Did you mention something about that?
Yeah, dude. I'm only 5 episodes in. I really need to go back and finish it. But Hysteria is fucking awesome. It's a really good.
Oh,
Bruce
it's
Campbell's
a show.
In it.
Oh, it's
Satanic
a show. Okay.
Panic Cult. Yeah,
that's
it's a show on Peacock or Paramount or one of those. You guys should watch it. Like the people in this chat right now would really love Hysteria. Like I guarantee it. It's
I've seen a couple of interviews with him promoting it. It sounded like he's a sheriff and he's like fighting. He said something about like it's like a satanic panic type of thing in the time frame that it takes place in.
Yeah, dude, it really is good.
Dude, look at this nasty shit, dude. I swear to God, dude, JT Owsley is like, I mean, dude, I don't even know. I don't even look, read that shit.
Ew.
No, dude. He's giving her some gravy love. Gravy love.
That's you're nasty. You've been watching too much of that. It rhymes with Q corn.
Okay. There is Nighttime. What is your favorite game system of the 90s?
Ooh, that's good. Mine, it's PlayStation for me, dude. It's PlayStation, and that's an easy one. Dreamcast had its run as well, but like I bought a Dreamcast once, didn't work, but it was cool for the 2 weeks it worked. PlayStation, dude. I got my first one. I felt like I was a rich person, and it had that Parappa the Rapper. It had the free demo.
Yeah.
Like Parappa the Rapper, and then the only game I could afford to buy at the time, my first football game I ever bought was NFL Game Day 96. And it opened up. Does anyone remember this, please? NFL Game Day 96. It opened up with all the nastiest hits in the NFL. Like the video that they played was just people just getting drilled. And it was so cool. And then I played with the Ravens all the time. And I would pick Steve McNair or it was Aaron Blake. And I would throw this little like diamond route to Todd Heap, and it was unstoppable in the game, and that's how I would win. But that's how I learned football. That's how I learned football games. Great experience with that. I love it with my whole heart. It's PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation was an incredible system. I have a lot of fond memories of that. I remember playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time and loving the shit out of that. Resident Evil, my God. But my favorite system of the 90s, the one I had the longest, was the N64 that I played forever. Like Ocarina of Time before I played Final Fantasy was my favorite RPG of all time. GoldenEye, the WCW NWO Revenge. World Tour was not that good. Revenge was great, but yeah, dude, I love that system. I played so much on it. But PlayStation was crazy too, because when it came out, you're like, there's a fucking CD, and it goes in there and it plays a fucking video game.
There's a movie on there.
I know. It's like, what's going on? How do you fit the whole game on this little disc? A little disc. But yeah, I always miss those days, dude. Like when you get a PlayStation game that was really long, you knew you were in for a treat. Like the Final Fantasy VII had 4 discs. 4 for the same price as a regular 1 disc. So it was
dude, them things was thick.
I know. I loved it.
They were like ice cream sandwiches.
But yeah, for me, it's N64, Mike's PlayStation. By the way, the Dreamcast, way ahead of its time. I think it just didn't sell because it didn't have a lot of support. But dude, it was way ahead of its time. It was a great system.
Yeah, I got to like 12 minutes that before it broke. But dude, the N64, you're absolutely right about that too. And Super Nintendo was great too. We had the Super Scope and stuff like that. Yeah. But I love the N64 because we had some great times in your room after we got done jerking each other off.
We were after Unsolved Mysteries was playing in the background while me and Mike jerked each other. Connor Gardowski, Cinema. Absolute Cinema Gardowski says, you say you don't talk politics, yet you talk about them every stream. Also, Jay, I came all over your toys after licking your dog paws. Funny enough, Jay. No, it fucking sucks. Go back to film school, you dumbass, Connor bitch, with your stupid mustachio. You look like a Pringles bitch. You like Pringles? How about some?
You didn't put that on a T-shirt. You look like a Pringles bitch.
No, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to lick all over my toys because I rubbed my dick on them before you licked them. How's my wiener taste?
You're not wrong. No, like, to be fair, politics run the world. I get it. We stay away from going too deep into like our sides on them. But when stuff's going on in the world, we like to make jokes and talk about it. That's all we like to do.
I'm
from
literally
a very far away perch.
Dude, like, listen, the hysteria involved with it, it's literally comedy to me. It writes itself. I can't help but comment on it, okay? It's like a fucking dog that sees a car. You just want to chase that shit. You don't know what you're going to do when you get a hold of it. You just want to chase it. And I just think it's funny to make fun of extremes on both sides because everybody's acting like fucking idiots. That's why. It's funny to me. But good question.
We never go too deep.
Or not good. But funny enough, it was not funny, Connor. I answered your question. I answered it.
Now shut up and lick my hole.
He licked my cinnamon twist. Byron Hansen says Kanye West or The Rock for next president. Well, Kanye's in some trouble, so I think it'd be The Rock. But
I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Yeah, I'd go with The Rock. You know what? Honest to God, in the idiocracy type of world that we live in today, I guarantee you he'd win if he ran.
I don't think The Rock would be the worst, man. I don't think he'd be the worst because at least he'd be like, well, what would people like me to do? And then he would just do whatever that was. Like,
yeah, but The Rock is like that kind of guy that, like, just how I came in with Black Adam, he'd be like, you know what, Mount Rushmore needs? It needs my face. It needs my.
He'd be talking to Putin. He'd be like, so what do you think about not using your nukes? And he'd be like, I actually think. He'd be like, it doesn't matter what you think. He'd be like,
shut up, bitch. That's what he did. He's like, shut up, bitch. We've got Bry Guy. This is going back to the 99 list. Damn it, Jay. Can you please sit Mike down and watch The Green Mile? I'm gonna go crazy if y'all talk about it again. And Mike says, I haven't seen it still.
Hey, maybe when we get going with the first time watches and the commentaries, maybe one day we'll do Green Mile and I'll watch it for the first time with you guys, and we'll see if I cry or not.
It's a super sad movie, and it's extremely depressing because I already know what's happening. Like, I already know, like, God damn, I'm really gonna invest in this. Holy shit, it's like going into a relationship knowing she's gonna cheat on you.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, that's true. They do like that. They call it Captain Save-A-Ho. I was one for quite a while, but I retired my shield. I retired my shield. I retired. I'm old man Steve Rogers now. It's like, no, I don't think I will. Let's go down through here. We've got Byron Hansen again saying Fear Street has good slasher movies. That was a possibility. I did almost put one of the Fear Streets, at least on my honorable mentions, but I didn't. I couldn't remember most of it. I think that's what it was. I think it was I remember liking it, but then it was just not memorable enough for me for it to click into my brain to be on my honorable mentions list even. But
yeah, I like them.
But they were fun.
And they're doing new ones too, which we'll definitely cover when they come out.
Yeah. Finn Rondi says, do you guys like Fireball? Fireball. Yeah, dude, that'll get you in trouble. That shit tastes like big red gum. Like, dude, me and Mike are such like sloshes that we used to go to the karaoke bar. There used to be a liquor store right next to it, and the bar that we were at, the karaoke bar, would sell Fireball shots, but they were expensive. So we would go next door and just buy like a 5-pack for like half of what they were selling, and then we just
$1 a shot.
That we look like the fucking bums in a Rocky movie, sitting around a fire and just drinking out those little bottles, like before we went in there to sing our songs. But yeah, dude, Fireball's good.
The weird thing about Fireball, like, I like them fine, but like, it's crazy because you'll be out with a group of people, right? And it'll be some people that like don't go out that much, or like don't, we do this like 2 times a week or whatever, or go out and do stuff or whatever. But like, you and I have to like monitor ourselves. Like, we have to keep it to a level because we know that we're old, and if we drink a certain amount, the next day's in the wind. Like, it's
the
gone
next day,
forever.
Extremely careful, because what will happen is it's like the beginning of the Hangover movie where we're just laying there, I'm butt naked like Zach Galifianakis, and there's a chicken in the bathroom, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and I'm like, I have things I have to do tomorrow. So like, you'll be out, and someone will be like, let's do a Fireball shot, and it's always that friend who only gets to come out like once every 3 months, and he's like, why won't you do 3 Fireball shots with me, and let's ruin our fucking weekends? And you're like, you don't understand. If I do one fireball shot, I'm gonna wake up naked in a Japanese family's breakfast table. It's gonna be awful, and I'm gonna feel awful tomorrow. So I try to stay away from it, but it is fun. It is a good time, and I do enjoy it.
It was, yeah, dude. One of the worst times I remember happening is one of my birthday, and this guy, basically, I was intimidated to do it. He's like, "Dude, do the shot, dude. I bought it already." I'm like, "What are you my fucking warden? Or is this jail?" And he was like, "Do it." And I was like, "All right, I will, only because you probably could beat me up, and I'm really, really drunk right now, and I can't run really fast. So I will do it." And I did it, and I also and then there was weed smoke in the car going after that, and I vomited on the side of the highway. and I remember Mike was like, Mike got out of the car, and they were trying to be like, "Oh," they're like, "Leave him alone, let him vomit in peace, Jesus, let him alone."
Yeah, I was like Jay's ward all of a sudden. I was like, "Let that man puke in peace."
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. Nighttime says, "Loomis, I need extra Diddy sauce." What you need extra kick in your ass. That's what you need. You know what? I'll be your daddy. I'll slap you around and tell you to get a job. I'll give you that. All right? That's your Diddy sauce, you nasty shit. Take off your mask. Get a job. Your hair looks shit. Christopher Samson.
Fly me to the moon like that bitch out cramps.
Been a long damn time, dude.
Yeah,
hey, dude. I'm sorry I've been away, but I've been in the process of moving. After this election, I find Wyoming not red enough for me, so I'm going to South Carolina. You guys should visit. Barbecue!
I love South Carolina, dude. South Carolina's great.
I used to go there, Hilton Head Island, when I was married to Slet McSletson. But yeah, we used to go there quite a bit. But yeah, I'd hang out with you, eat some barbecue for sure.
Listen, South Carolina, near campus, we stayed at a hotel right around campus and went to a couple of the bars surrounding. Loved it, dude. Great. And then just a little bit further, you're on the beach and you got all that fun shit. South Carolina, hey, congratulations, dude. Wyoming to South Carolina is a huge fucking upgrade. Holy shit. I've never been to Wyoming, but I guarantee you're living high right now, Chris. That makes me happy for you.
Well, yeah. Isn't Wyoming just like empty? Like Montana?
Yeah, it's just they have French fries. I think that's like, all they have.
Vote for Donnelly. Vote for Donnelly. Black sheep, guys. Love you, all right. Chris. Love you, man. It's good to see you, dude.
Look at that beard, dude. Look at that fucking beard on Chris. I didn't know
dude,
he
had
looks good like that.
What's the wind resistance?
He looks like Jack Black.
What's the wind resistance on those blowjob handles? I'm just kidding.
I want to hold on to them.
I get to be a jealous catty bitch when I'm jealous. Yeah, dude, they look good. I like that. You look like a retired, you look like somebody that would be in like No Holds Barred, the movie with Hulk Hogan. Like a retired.
He looks like Jack Black, dude. That's what I'm
getting. Nighttime. Damn, dude. Says Loomis Challenge. Now I take back what I said to you. He said, Loomis Challenge, I got $8,000 bonus yesterday. Hey, holy shit, dude. So the first thing I bought was the actual size Chucky doll, Tiffany doll, and their Glenn doll, their son Glenn doll.
Fucking hell. What the fuck do you do? You got an $8,000 bonus, bro.
So you invested $8,000 bonus into some bullshit toys. You play with toys. I know that there's no woman in your life, or direction for that matter, because since you spent that money on a Chucky, Tiffany, and son Glenn doll. Good God, tell me you haven't touched a woman without telling me you haven't touched a woman. I don't like it. Yep. Nighttime. Bad investment. Bad.
Listen, you're missing a key point here. All right. And first, it's whatever the fuck my hair is doing right now. All right. Looks like a all bulletin points roadblock. But my point is this. $8,000 minus a few dolls. You still got a lot of that money left, and we know what you spend it on. Hookers. Where are they? You probably have some left over. I'm going to email you my address. Send them to me. Send the ones that you did come inside of, did not, in your hooker, in your trunk. Hookers, trunk, hookers. It doesn't matter. I would like them because I need to do prostate exams. I have a quota of prostate exams. It's a doctor that you have to reach once every several months, and I'm short. Nighttime. I'm short. So I'm going to send you an address, and you send them to me. And especially if they had a dad who recently died, and we can investigate together.
He said he bought toys. He didn't go to Vietnam and get ladyboys, which we would want. Shut up.
What are ladyboys?
Yeah, like you don't know. Your butthole's so.
Hey, I have some standards, all right? I have some standards. When I drop off Linda and the kids, and I pick up a 6-pack of Michelob High Life, Miller High Life, okay?
You're short of intelligence. Shut your mouth.
I check IDs. All right, I have some standards. I check IDs. That's a stupid question.
Well, here's a stupid question for you, for real. Did you
What?
I know you didn't spend $8,000 on it, but did you really buy those? Like they had to run you a pretty penny if they're what I'm like.
All I want to know is what you do to get an $8,000 bonus, bro. Good for you.
Oh yeah, that's what Daddy like. Hey man, congratulations though, man.
Nighttime be sucking more in a Hoover vacuum.
Sean Sharkey says, "You guys seen the new Sonic trailer? Kiana's in it." No, I haven't. I have not seen it, Sean.
No, I didn't like Sonic 2. I thought Sonic 2 blew ass. All right. I love Sonic 1 because Jim Carrey was in it. He's like he's so angry and he takes a sip of that coffee. He's like, "This is delicious. I love the way you make them." It's so good. But I didn't like the second Sonic movie, so I haven't. But I did see that there's a moment in the trailer where some character is blowing a laser through the moon. And in the trailer, he goes, "I'm pissing on the moon." He's blowing a laser through the moon. And that makes me want to watch the movie.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't. I think I've seen parts of the first Sonic movie. I never even watched all of it. So, I mean, that's cool that I thought Keanu Reeves was pushing really hard to be in a Star Wars movie as a Jedi, which I would fucking watch that shit, dude. Like, he's already pretty much like a Jedi Knight, in my opinion. I would love to see Keanu Reeves is like playing like an old wizened Jedi in the Old Republic.
That could save Star Wars.
Yeah,
by itself.
You focus on the Old Republic, not that acolyte shit. Like, you actually put it like in the Knights of the Old Republic based on the game, and then you put like Keanu Reeves as Darth Revan or something. Oh my god!
So the pissing on the moon thing wasn't real; it was from a voiceover, but it was still cool.
Yeah. Adrian Yabara, thank you so much, dude. Says did one per franchise also. Whatever, dude. Like, everybody's gonna poop in my flakes.
Some of us have standards.
I don't have any. I got married. I don't have standards any longer.
Hey, wait, what are you trying to say?
No, just because
what are you trying to say about my single Jones?
Mrs. She's Jones great. I'm saying me. Anyway, I'm not even getting into this conversation. Did one per franchise. Says 10 In a Violent Nature, 9 Hush. I always put that on my honorable mentions too. Candyman, TCM, Saw 10, Halloween Ends, Child's Play 2. Child Play 2? What the I don't know what that is. Scream 6 and Terrifier 2. Number 1 is X. Did I read that right? Okay. In a Violent Nature is number 10. Number 9 is Hush. Number 8 is Candyman. Number 7 is TCM.
Yeah, I don't know what you meant by Child's Play 2, but other than that, you got it right.
Okay, yeah. I think you're in the wrong.
The Child's Play remake was pretty good. I get this, but it was pretty good.
Was that okay? Well, I guess technically that is the remix. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good list, Adrian. I like it.
Also, look at Jay taking control of super chats. Mike doesn't know what to say. I'm enjoying this. This is like I feel like I'm in the back seat. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun.
It's fine. Daddy's got it. Adrian says, yes, glad Alien Romulus is getting a direct sequel. I didn't know it was. When did that happen? Cool. It's going to be called Remus, Alien Remus. Do you know the story of Romulus and Remus? Yeah, that's cool, man.
I didn't know that was something that's happened. That's badass. That's great.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if it's getting a sequel, then I'm wondering if Alvarez is going to come back and direct it. Because he didn't do a sequel. He didn't do Evil Dead Rise.
Right. Yeah, that's a big question. Is Alvarez directing it?
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. But it's great. Romulus is so good, dude.
Can you guys give us a link? Is there a news story you can give us a link to? I went to search it, but I got drunk and I tripped.
Michael Parton coming in with a second super chat. But he said his birthday is on Saturday and he's going to be hanging out with us. So that's cool. Earlier he mentioned that. It says they're making a Voltron movie and casting Sterling K. Brown and Henry Cavill. It's amazing how they get A-list actors to do a cartoon toy adaptation.
Oh yeah, what a waste of Henry Cavill. That's what I.
Well, Voltron's going to do well. I mean, Voltron is like everybody loves Voltron from the 80s. Like it's just, I think it'll do good. And as far as like, but Henry Cavill probably stood in line to get that role. Like he's a big nerd. A handsome, sexy beef jerky type of nerd, but definitely a nerd. So I think that it's not that far-fetched for them to get them to do a cartoon toy adaptation. And it's not like it used to be where those movies would always, like, the studios were afraid to make those types of movies. Like nowadays, like they know it's money. So yeah, and I hope it's good.
But hey, there's actors they do movies for checks. And then they do movies for what they want. Like, there's a lot of actors. Like, I'll do one movie for a check, and then I'll do something that I wanted.
I think Henry Cavill is like one of those rare exceptions, though. Like he walked away from The Witcher because they knew that they were butt fucking it. Like it was not even close to what the original. Like the first season was all right. Then he knew what their plans were, and he's like, I'm not even gonna be a part of this.
And it
Like, he
wasn't
loved the
catching enough
franchise.
fire either. Like it wasn't trending enough. You know.
Yeah. We've got Gary B says my favorite kill was the one where Michael Myers goes ape shit on stabbing the guy on the kitchen counter with all the knives. Oh, the beginning of the movie. That was great. It really showed the artistic side of Michael, which you don't normally see. He took his time. He wanted to make sure people understood that he's only a misunderstood serial killer.
I like the way he looked at it too. Like, and this is right after he shoved the fluorescent light into that lady's throat hole.
Yeah.
When he was like, he stabbed it, and then he was like,
he looked like a middle-aged dad looking at the Christmas lights decorations that he put out in the house. He's like, I think it looks good.
One sec, because we missed JT Customs.
Oh, sorry.
He said Rocky and Creed 2 having a happy end where he passes the torch and seeing his son is a nice end. As Gail said, she deserves to have her happy ending. I would agree with that. JT. But the only thing about that is that they set it off on the right tone, but they didn't handle it right afterwards. Because in Creed 3, they were just like, we're done with him. We don't want anything to do with Rocky. And Stallone was like, I would like to be a part of it. And they totally fucked him. So I get what you're saying. Like, they left it in a good place, but then they fucked him afterwards.
I still haven't watched Creed 3 yet. I haven't watched it because I knew the back end story of that. And like, I don't like the way they treated Sly overall. I feel like that was a shitty thing to do. And I understand why they did it. I think it's one of those things that they were like, well, he takes too much attention away from Creed himself, so they don't want him in the movie, which I was like, that's fucking dumb, dude. Like it was Creed 1 and 2, people were still rooting for the main guy. It wasn't like, but it was just cool to see Rocky do. I don't know. It's fucking it's based on Rocky movies.
Yeah.
So
that guy should get whatever he wants.
Michael Parton also says, is it too soon to say Pete 2028? No, you can say what you want. Pete Buttigieg.
I'd let that dude. I'd let that dude see what he can do. I don't mind that guy.
I don't give a shit. But Jerry Ramey, another thing about the town stupidly thinking that the patient was Michael. Michael has a very prominent lazy eye. That's true. Also, Michael's mugshot was shown on TV, so they should know. Oh, well, that they should have known. Yeah, I forgot about that. They did show his mugshot, but I guess a lot had changed. I don't know how old that picture was. I can't remember.
It was dumb as shit, though, dude. Like it was such an egregious error for the production to be like, yeah, the whole town would totally believe that Tivoli was Michael. That was a really bad move.
I think it was playing on the idea of hysteria and that everyone's a suspect kind of thing. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. It just didn't work.
Yeah. Robin Barker says, don't just stare at it, eat it. Of course, that's what you do. When you see a butthole presented to you in such a way, you must engage in the butthole eating.
Sabrina, don't just stare at it.
I watched a reactor channel watching it for the first time. That part came up when he was like, like God is so, he was like, God is so vain. I was like, yeah, but, of course he is. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
I do that too.
Did you like the idea? Oh my God. He was like, I love that there's mirrors on the ceiling, dude. Bro. Did you guys like the ending to American Psycho when it was all on his head? I kind of like, some would say it was kind of a cheap way out, and they were like, oh, see, it didn't happen because maybe they felt it was so violent, it was so fucked up. They're like, we're not really, it was all in his head. But I don't know, I'm kind of torn on it. I don't remember if the book ended that way or it was just in his head. Maybe it did. I haven't read the book, but I want to read the book though. Like, no, yeah. I'm with you, dude. Like, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was just like, okay, this shit's gone so crazy. We have to end it at some point. So I guess this works. Yeah. Michael also says, I heard they're making a Clayface horror film, like based on the Batman villain. That'd be cool. That would make perfect sense because Clayface does lend himself to be horrific. I mean, the fact that he was an actor, very vain, very full of himself, and he has that accident where he's like, oh, ooey gooey, gumdrops, and then he goes on a killing spree. Yeah, good idea. I also think they could do a good job making a horror movie out of Mad Hatter. One of the other, and I can't remember that other villain that Batman has, the pig guy, the one that like operates on people. There's a lot, dude. Batman's got some of the best rogues gallery. Period.
And honestly, like they did it a little bit with Scarecrow and Batman Begins, but he would be a really if they went full fledged with that, he'd be a good horror villain too.
Mm-hmm. Matt Roberts, hey, how you doing? Matt says, with the rise of these popcorn buckets lately, what's a movie from the past you would have wanted to get a collectible bucket? Man,
that's a good question, dude.
Great question. I would have loved to have been able to see 50 Shades of Grey and the popcorn bucket just be a big dick that I could just pulled up and shove it. Like
no,
that.
dude. If it was a drink container and you had to suck from the tip of the
no,
dick
I'm sorry. It would be Magic Mike. It would be a Magic Mike, big wiener that you would just shake all the loose popcorn.
But they don't give you a straw, so you have to actually be like,
yeah, you
like suck from the
shit.
Pepsi.
Suck it dry, suck it raw, suck it deep.
I'm gonna go with the first thing that comes to my head. By the way, I'm gonna say the bus from Speed. Imagine the bus from Speed being full of popcorn.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like that'd be fun.
I think,
but I love the popcorn bucket, man.
I think it would be really cool to have a popcorn bucket. What'd you say from the past? I think it would be cool to have a popcorn bucket shaped like the flux capacitor from Back to the Future. That kind of lit up a little bit.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Batmobile, any of the cars would be.
Cars would be cool. Yeah, I would have bought that shit 100%. Thanks so much, Matt. Let's keep going. Let's keep going on this adventure together. MMA Russi says, you think Halloween would still work if Dr. Loomis was gay? Asking for a friend. No, absolutely not. We do not accept that lifestyle around here. This is a Christian family. You are disowned. No, I don't know. Are you being for real? If he was gay, I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, first off, I would be like, why does it matter what wiener or vagina he's eating or sucking? I don't care what his sexual orientation is. I just think he's a cool doctor. But second off, if they just went out to make Dr. Loomis gay for no reason, I think people would be like, why the fuck does it matter? Why did you do that for? That's stupid. But
well, there's two things. A, Michael, like when he gets really mad at Michael, when Michael won't answer, he's like, it's because I'm gay, isn't it? It's because I'm gay. You don't like gays.
That would make it a point. It's like, I don't understand why my sexual lifestyle has anything to do with me catching the bad guy. Does it matter what's between your legs as long as you love that person? And then they would have like a 15-minute like why he's like, that would be dumb. But I don't know why they would choose to make him gay, but I don't think it would have any effect on the movie. Like, if Dr. Loomis was gay, I don't think anybody would give a shit. I just don't. I think people
honestly,
people would just be confused about it. They'd be like, why? What does it matter? Like, you don't like. He never talked about his wife. Well, he's never talked about his wife. He's never talked about anything except Michael.
Yeah, that would actually be really fascinating. Like Loomis is Loomis, and he's who he is. Then he goes home and he's like, "Hello, Peter.
Come in.
Kiss me.
Hello, Peter. Come over here. Give me a sugar. Give me a sugar drop. I missed you. Get in the bed. Here I come." Gary B says, in my opinion, Lauren Lavera is the hottest final girl in the history of horror.
It's not. It's hard to argue with.
She's very attractive. She's definitely very attractive. As far as the most attractive final girl, though, I know it's not. She's not. I don't know. She's not hot, or she never really. She's very cute. I liked her resilience, though. Kirsty Cotton, the chick that played Kirsty Cotton, she still looks good today. Even.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. But you know what? That's a really good point, because I think you're right. Like, I actually think if you go back through, because in the horror franchises, what they've done, and especially in the slashers, is they would take the extremely hot girl, and she would always be the dumb party chick, who's just like banging people and gets murdered. It's always the kind of meek, like Laurie Strode type character who becomes the final girl and survives it all. So it's not often the super hot one that does. So I think you may be absolutely correct. I think she may be. Yeah. I can't think of somebody that beats it.
There was that. It didn't. What was that movie where they had like a dinner party and then they started hunting the girl?
Ready or Not, Samara Weaving, dude. And also,
see
that would have been in my top 10 slashers of the decade, but I don't consider it a slasher movie, though. It's more of like a game.
I don't know. Smart, but yeah, as far as like, but who would have known?
No, Clinton's right. Clinton cleared
it. What?
That's Jessica Biel.
That's it. Can't argue with that at all.
Sorry about it.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Biel. Oh my god.
It's Jessica
that cowboy hat. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's unstoppable.
Gary B also said, Mike, did you see the movie Stream?
I did not see that film. I did not. As I recall, it was a horror film.
I saw it on the list. I haven't seen it either, but I saw it was listed in the top. IMDb had it pretty high on the list, I think, for top
to be
horror
clear,
movies.
Morbid brought it up before Clinton did, so respect the Morbid.
Jesus Christ, Morbid. Make sure that people know. Sean Sharkey says, does Slender Man run it through the garden in some way? Sometimes me will, but usually me would choose not do that as well because me had a bad experience about running through the garden. Me don't want to run through the garden. Me just gonna get like a meal prepared. Like, can me have number 2? Thank you so much. Have a good, wonderful day. Me not gonna run through garden. Let's see. I think we might be caught up. I think so. Nope, we're not. Tim McChickens. Oh my God, dude, Tim, I've given you like 2 shows. Can Slender Man sing Macho Man by Village People? Macho Man, I've got to be that macho man. That's it. I don't know the rest of it. I'm sorry. I guess I'll never be invited on a boat with sailors. Robin Barker says Alvarez said he's returning to direct the Romulus sequel. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit, son.
He also said he wants to co-direct an Alien versus Predator film with the director of Prey. I'm totally game if this comes to fruition. I think that's an amazing plan.
What is going on with your camera?
Apparently, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah,
is it just me or do you see it?
No, I'm haunted.
This is some unfriended shit that's going on right now.
Well, here, you know what? I'm going to fix this for a second, but I'll turn this off for just a moment. But
I will say, haunting, man.
I know. I will say this. I think that him coming back to direct a Romulus sequel, it's going to be maybe better than the first movie, because in Romulus 1, we had no idea how well it was going to do. You don't really know how much support the studio gave him. You have no idea. Now they know it's a moneymaker, so they're definitely going to put a lot more effort and a lot of more. I think it's just going to be a bigger scale, bigger everything. Now here's the thing about co-directing with a movie like Alien versus. I don't know how co-directing works. I don't know if that, there's a lot of ego that's involved with directing a movie and the director's vision and whatnot. So I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe when he says co-direct, he goes, I will executive produce. Or maybe it'll be like me on this show and I'll just act like I do something, but I really am just sitting. It'll be the same.
Dude, I think that's legendary as hell, because what that tells me is that he did Romulus and it was a hit, but there was a huge underswing of people being like, wow, it's just a ripoff of the old movies. It's just fan service, blah, blah, blah. To me, I think Fede Alvarez sees that. And he's a very prideful person. And I think he looks at that and goes, you know what I'm going to do? This next Alien movie is going to be my own. And we all expected this from The Force Awakens, right? The Force Awakens came out with Star Wars. Yeah. And it reset everything and it was great. And we all thought the same thing. The next movie is going to be amazing because they're going to take that and they're going to push the story forward. They never did that. They failed on that front. If he takes what he did with Alien Romulus and pushes the story forward in his own way, he will become the next Jim Cameron. He will become the next Ridley Scott, and it would cement his legacy among great horror directors forever. And I think that might be what's in his mind. If he's going to do that, we might get the fucking butt-fuckiest crazy Alien sequel we've ever seen in life.
Well, as long as he doesn't go the route of Ryan, I can't direct movies Johnson with Star Wars The Last Jedi and try to make, like her drink from some kind of creature that gives out blue milk from its tit or something weird like that. Like, as long as it doesn't go too outside the box and stays within the realms of normal as far as an Alien film goes, I think it'll be great. I don't mind a director having their own take on a franchise and giving us something new, as long as it makes sense for the movie. Like that creature at the end of Romulus was amazingly well done. It was so good. And you see how badly they ruined that with Resurrection, where it was awful. It was fucking dumb.
Why haven't you come back to me yet?
Because I was giving my final thoughts. But the last, not the last, but here's Colton for you, and I gotta go really quick. I'll be back.
Okay. Colton, what are the must-haves on your Thanksgiving plate? Now, this is a fucking great question. Jay's leaving at the worst time. Let's all talk about this, because this is what I was looking forward to talking about most on the channel tonight. And it probably had more races than I planned to. But what's your favorite Thanksgiving plate? Like, what is the most important thing on your plate? Turkey is a must-give. You got to have it. But at my house, here's what we do. We do broccoli casserole, which my wife makes amazing broccoli casserole. You never tasted anything like it. Velveeta cheese, it's the best. Great mashed potatoes. Okay, you gotta have the rolls. You gotta have the gravy. You gotta have the turkey. I don't give a fuck about ham. Ham can go suck a dick on the side of a highway, the same highway Jay Leno fell down when he got pushed down that highway by the people he owes money to. We gotta talk about that tonight, by the way. The Jay Leno thing's crazy. Sweet potatoes you got to have in some fashion for sure. Cranberry sauce, of course, whatever. Nobody eats it, but fine. Rolls, macaroni and cheese. If you have a great macaroni and cheese, it really sets it off. It's great. Carlos says ham is the event. I could go without the ham, man. Like, I don't need the ham. I'm fine with that. You're right about the sandwiches, because the thing is when you have everything for leftovers and it gets in the fridge and it gets all congealed and good, that's the fucking best. Ham is great because when you run out of turkey for the sandwiches, there's the ham there and you can still do the sandwiches. But I could go without the ham for sure. The stuffing. Dev's right. The stuffing is great. My family, and what I mean is the women in my family, they do a sausage stuffing, which is a total game changer. It's fucking amazing. It's the best. So sausage stuffing, super important. Stuffing by itself, whatever. Eggshin said King's Hawaiian. That shit's amazing. If you're gonna go rolls, not a bad place to go for sure. Adrian says we ice with our whiskey meals. Your family likes to get fucked up. We do too, but that's crazy. Turnip. My name is Jonas. What the fuck? Blu-ray says, what kind of pie do you like? That's important as well. You gotta have a pumpkin pie. But what I do every year, and this goes all the way back to Resident Evil Nemesis. And it was a Christmas thing, but I've incorporated it into Thanksgiving. On one Christmas Eve, I remember getting Resident Evil Nemesis as a PlayStation game. And my favorite memory from that Christmas was going upstairs and playing Resident Evil Nemesis. I think it was the third game. And sucking at it. But there was a chocolate pie that was left over. And I was just fucking housing that son of a bitch. So now every holiday, I have a chocolate pie. Because it's just a nostalgic thing for me, for sure. So we always get the Marie Callender's chocolate like silk pie. Pecan pie is good too. I have no problem with that. Motionless Zombie says poontang. Poontang, yeah, that's listen, nobody wants poontang after a fucking Thanksgiving meal though. Can we be honest about that for a second? Can we talk about that? After you eat Thanksgiving, you have your regular helping, you watch some football, you have your second helping. No one's getting laid on Thanksgiving night. Everyone's swollen, everyone's bloated. No one's fucking on Thanksgiving. All right. If you are, it's probably gross and it smells weird. All right. Let's just not. It's the one night of the year I'm like, let's just not fuck. All right. Because we're all going to be fat. We're all going to be bloated. No one's going to feel great. We have had a lot of libations. But I like it though. Azteca says we're making tamales tomorrow. I dig that too though, because like I dig alternate Thanksgiving meals as well. Jay's doing an alternate thing. I invited Jay to our Thanksgiving.
It's fun.
What the fuck is going on with you, Unfriended?
I don't know, dude. I'm haunted.
Is your connection loose?
No, no. Fuck.
Your USB just might be dongling.
No, I
have a dongle issue.
Come back, Stephen.
Clinton's right, by the way. The 4:00 game being the Giants and the Cowboys is total fucking ass. I hate that. What a shit fucking 4:00 game. That's when you eat, by the way. Everybody eat at 4:00 because that's when the shitty game is. Hey, I think you fixed it.
Yeah, maybe I did. I just had to go in the hole harder. I took it out and stuck it back in. Anyhow, yeah, I'm doing something different for Thanksgiving. We're doing ziti for Thanksgiving. El Zito. I
think it's a good idea. I think it's fun. I was texting Jay's wife. We have our own private relationship that you guys need to worry about. And I was like, "You guys want to come over for Thanksgiving?" And she's like, we're making Italian for our Thanksgiving." So I was like, "Well, fine then. You enjoy your Italian, okay? You enjoy it."
Yeah, but yeah, to be fair, Mike always has invited me to his Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, "Nah, that ain't me." No, I was like, so I'm gonna be around your happy family while I'm sitting here like a fucking stick in the mud and be like, I wish I had a family.
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah, but I don't have it. No,
it's not like ready or not.
Well, I thought your mom-in-law was coming over.
Yeah, it's just us and good old Tony.
Yeah, but see, you know how much I drink, and I like to drink. I don't like other people seeing me how much.
Have you met Tony?
Yes, but I don't want to I get stage fright. I have to sit there and sip this shit, sip my apple juice like I'm an actual functioning member of society, and I only drink a little bit. Like, ooh, that's gonna get me lit.
I was like, I think I'm drinking this lot.
But yeah,
last time Jay was here, Hella got sprayed by a skunk, and I can still smell it on her to this day.
Yeah, that was my fault. I shouldn't have peed on her.
What did you do?
But anyhow, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Why?
And then for Christmas, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get steaks.
Ooh. So I guess you're not coming for Christmas either, huh?
I didn't know I was invited, Griswold.
You're always invited, you filthy slut.
Hey, shitter's full.
She actually smells really bad right now. Can you please go away? Go. Go from here. Be gone. No.
Hopefully,
I will not have you.
Hopefully, I'll just get a new goddamn camera for Christmas. It'll be my 16th fucking webcam.
I honestly am getting raped right now. Please go. Okay. Thank you.
It's so weird. Like I've literally looked up every possible combination of webcams on Amazon, and they're all like they're all decent. Like they all have like good reviews. And then like every time I put it in, it's like, you know what? Life says it wants a wiener in your butt, and it just gives it to me every time. Every time when it comes to streaming, every time it just doesn't matter. I think it's God's way of saying do something else with your life. Go get a job.
Maybe you just kicked it or something.
I didn't.
Well, maybe
it's this shitty computer that my wife got me. God, she love me.
Damn her, Scuba Steve.
God damn you, Scuba Steve.
Damn her.
No, at this point, I'm just gonna fucking start chiming in with my goddamn phone. It'll probably be better quality.
Hey, are we caught up on super chats?
Yeah, the Colton one. I thought you were taking over from.
No, I did not. I was just sitting here being
okay. Well, let me. No, I think we got a few. Okay, I only can see the one that when I came back in. Matt Roberts. What's the origin of the Slender Man voice? Oh, dude, that's how I talk to my dogs. That's literally all it is. Like you baby talk your dogs and I was like, what you doing, old bar? Are you good? Oh, and I also like it's in my head. It's the dog talking. So it would be my dog. Like my dog would be sleeping on the couch and he, like would look at me. All of a sudden he's like, "Why are you over there for? Can't you come over here and give me some pets? Give me a pet on my head and say it's all right. Then you can go back to your video game." Like it's like that. That's where it comes. It's just the baby talk like dog shit. That's what it is.
There was some before.
Mike heard it before. Like I was doing it outside of not even straight. Like I was talking to Thor when I was at his house. And Mike's like, "I fucking could hear you, dude. When I'm in my bathroom talking to my dog like that, I fucking hate it."
It's true. All right. Yeah, I'll be pissed at it. I'll hear Jay be like, "What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? You want to find me?" I'm like, "Stop talking about dogs."
Because he looks like dogs are cute, but they all look goofy in the face. Like, like how you doing, bar?
Motionless Zombie said, "Hey guys, I have an idea for a future versus Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery versus Batman's Rogue Gallery. Also, can Loomis sing MCR's Helena chord?"
What the fuck is that, dude?
I'm an MCR fan and I can't remember the chorus off the top of my head. All I can remember is I
don't know. I swear to God, dude. I thought Motionless Zombie was coming in here with like some like Broadway shit, like MCR Helena from the Broadway play Helena. Like, I don't know what that is.
Can you just do the "I'm Not Okay"?
What's the song? I don't even know the song.
Yeah, "I'm Not Okay." You don't know the MCR "I'm Not Okay"?
No, dude, I literally don't even know what MCR stands. Mitsubishi Cars Rental. Like, what does it stand for?
That's fair enough. Robin said Titanic would have had a good popcorn bucket. Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that would have been. Yeah, it maybe would have cost as much as the ship actually cost James Cameron to make. You know what's funny about that, by the way? I will say this about James Cameron's Titanic movie. Like, it had to be successful. Like, it had to. Because, first off, like, do you know how much it cost in 1998 money to build to scale the Titanic ship out of fucking wood and then sink it? Like and then also he funded that whole thing where he had to go underwater and take pictures of the Titanic itself. Like, that movie had to make $1 billion.
Honestly, we probably would have been better off as a society if the movie tanked, because then he wouldn't be making fucking Blue Man movies and he'd actually be doing cool shit like Terminator.
Just because James Cameron is the most successful director to ever goddamn pick up a pen and put it to paper, you jealous tit, doesn't mean
I want to live in the other multiverse, whore.
So if he lived, okay, but if he didn't,
don't
imagine
lie.
No Terminator,
you know
no Terminator.
No, I'm not saying no Terminator. I'm saying if post Terminator, post the good shit he did when he started doing dumbass Avatar movies. If we had James Cameron focused on original cool
I agree.
movies,
I
fuck.
Agree. Like first off, the thing is, and it's the weirdest thing. I like the first Avatar movie, and it actually broke Titanic's record. So he has 2 movies in the top 2 of all time. The thing about that though is he got wrapped up. Well, look, to be fair, I haven't watched Avatar 2 at all. I have no desire. It's too long. It was too long of a period between Avatar 1 and 2, and now he's gonna do like what is he doing, like 27 of them? I don't even know. Like I want to see something original, like The Abyss. Remember The Abyss back in the 80s? Oh my god, what a fucking movie.
Dude, True Lies, Terminator, all that shit. That's what I wanted to go back to. Michael Parton said, I'm super hyped for Sonic 3. I'm planning on going to the Thursday fan event screening, and Keanu is going to kill it as Shadow. Like, I know that Michael Parton loves Sonic, and I think it's cool, man. Like, I wish I could get into it. I like the first movie a lot because of Jim Carrey. I really didn't enjoy the second movie. I thought it was bloated, and it felt like Hollywood garb. But maybe the third one will be cool.
Yeah, everyone's going to be bloated after Thursday, so that's
100% true.
I don't even want to do the page roll on the Saturday because we're going to look like fucking the clumps sitting on camera.
It's going to be wild. Nighttime said, which one of you two said Toy Soldiers from 91 with Will Wheaton and Louis Gossett was a bad film? Spit it out. That was me. That was fucking me. I'll tell you. I will get in front of the court.
Mike's going to have another Twitter war. Another Twitter war.
Fuck that movie, dude. As a kid, watching the ads to that should have been right up my alley. I was like, Small Soldiers? Oh, no, you said Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers.
No, I'm thinking small. I didn't say Toy Soldiers sucked. I said Small Soldiers sucked. I don't know about I don't remember Toy Soldiers. Maybe I should rewatch it. Do you remember Toy Soldiers?
No. I might have. I don't think it was me because it's the one with Robin Williams, right? Wasn't he in the movie?
I have no recollection of Toy Soldiers at all.
Small Soldiers. Carlos Meza is Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers is great. I can't remember.
That movie sucked.
I don't think I said it. I don't know.
By the way, Colton asked this while you're gone. Must-haves on the Thanksgiving plate. For me, it's broccoli casserole and gravy because you could just put anything in the fucking gravy.
Yeah, Colton. I would just say food. Food. It's a must-have. No, for me, I like back in the day with mom and stuff. I would turkey, biscuits, mashed potatoes, and that's about it. That's like that's about the essentials. I'm a very simple man. Very simple man.
This is a simple kind of man.
Tomo Gato says Toys was Robin Williams. Yeah.
That's the one. And The Toy with Richard Pryor.
Amazing.
Great movie. Basically what we watched with the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight because it was just some rich fucking kid. I want Mike Tyson. I want to be Mike Tyson in the ring. And that's basically what we watched happen with Jake Paul.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm gonna enjoy watching because it's already happened now a few times. I'm going to enjoy watching Jake Paul run from legitimate competition that's calling him out left and right. Like this one guy, legitimate boxer, said, I will fight you for fucking free. I will legitimately fight you for free. And you don't have to pay me like you paid Mike Tyson $20 million. And he's like, guy, it sucks to be a hater though, man. I never thought it was like, that's all his response is. Like any person that comes up and legitimately wants to fight you in an actual sanctioned match with 8-ounce gloves and actually put an ass whooping on you, you say you're being a hater and you're clout chasing. That's all. But that's all Jake Paul does is because he wants Canelo in the ring, and Canelo's like would stomp a mud hole in that fucking guy's ass. It wouldn't even be, dude. Like there was a guy, I can't remember his name. They were talking about the Jake Paul versus a possibility of Canelo Alvarez, and he said, "What do you think?" He was like, "Do you think that Jake Paul would have any chance of beating Canelo?" And he's like, "Fuck no." He was like, legitimately, Canelo would hurt that kid. Would hurt him.
Ryan Tuvell, who sends the best packages, says, "What's your favorite Thanksgiving movie of all time?" I'm gonna go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a great one. That's a really good one. Yeah. That's.
What do you think the temperatures are? What?
Because that's not your pillow. That's not a pillow. I can't remember when they were in the hotel room together and he had his thumb up his butt. I can't remember what it was, but
I gotta pee, and when I get back, let's go through some Instagram funnies together.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Dutch is one of my favorite Christmas movies or not Thanksgiving movies of all time. Dutch. I think it takes place around Thanksgiving. I can't remember, but it was a great Ed O'Neill movie. Maybe it wasn't Thanksgiving, but it felt like it was set around the Thanksgiving time. I know they were on their way back home. Was it Thanksgiving? I think so. Those aren't pillows, Robin. Those aren't pillows. Good times. Big Joe Grizzly's favorites: Blood Rage and Home Sweet Home. Good times. Hey, D-Land's got a good point. Rocky could be a Thanksgiving hybrid movie. Pretty good. Michael says, hey, hello, Action. Michael, are you a fan of the Lego video games? I love them. I used to be. I remember when they first came out, like in 2006 or 7 on the 360. I liked them. I haven't played them in a long time, but yeah, I mean, they're all right. No, not like a masterpiece or anything, but I do enjoy them. Brian says, hi, Jay. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Brian. Chris says, hey, guys, it's going good. Jack the Hero says, Jay, I got an Ultra with your name on it. A show. You drink that shit raw. I'm on the Miller Lite right now, personally. I took a break from the Ultras and Mick. It's a little expensive, a little pricey in today's world, so I just decided to go with Miller Lite. It's only 1 less calorie. Not enough evil, 1 calorie. God damn it.
What?
Every time I try to get into the fucking conversation with you guys, my camera just takes a big greasy cum shot at my face.
It looks fine to me, whore.
Anyway, someone said, Jay, are you looking forward to Squid Game season 2? To be fair, dude, and I'm gonna be straight up honest, butt naked with you guys, standing in front of you right now, just a boy with his wiener out. I've never seen Squid Games. Never seen Squid Game. Never seen it.
Neither have I. I haven't either.
I know. And apparently it's like one of the greatest shows on earth.
Yeah, but I don't like the Japanese.
Whoa! Hey.
I'm just kidding. I just never seen
They gave us a lot of cool microchips.
Adrian said, random thought, imagine a universe where Terminator 2 stars Sly as T-800, Jamie Lee Curtis as Sarah, Corey Feldman as John, and Dolph Lundgren just, Jesus Christ, you just blew my fucking mind. That would be a great movie. That would be a great fucking movie.
Adrian, you just described Last Action Hero when they were walking through the video store and Sly was on the poster for Terminator 2. Do you remember that part?
Yeah.
But yeah,
they're Koreans. I'm sorry.
I could not see Corey. Well, when did T2 come out? 1992. Corey Feldman, he would be a little bit too old, I think, to play John. I think it wouldn't have worked. It depends on how you were going to set it.
Why don't you just pick apart New America's future?
Well, I'm sorry, Adrian, but sometimes I got to come in with a little reality splash with your face.
Yeah, sometimes someone's got to bring the realism. I'm being real.
Yeah, I'm that humdrum guy. It's like I'm like that one SNL skit when they were like, "Yeah, I'm so happy to be at Disney." It's like, well, it's official. I can't have children because you always had that one friend. Like everyone's really excited. Yeah, Debbie Downer, the Debbie Downer thing. They were sitting around talking about how fun it was to be at Walt Disney World. She's like, "Yeah, it's official. I can't have children."
I have to find. Hang on. I have to fucking. Where are they? Where are mine? Where are my reels?
By the way, have you guys seen? I don't know if it's still going on. I literally just saw someone reviewing it. I think Review Bra, the guy that does all the food reviews. I can't remember his name. Report of the week. There's a pizza from Papa John's called the Shaq-a-Roni.
Oh, that's good. That's good shit.
It was a good. I looked good. I saw it. I'm like, God damn, I want some of that. But I didn't know if you guys had tried that yet. What is it? Just like extra pepperoni?
Yeah, it's just a big pizza with pepperoni on it. It's nothing special, but it's really tasty. I like it a lot. Okay, let's watch some Instagram together. This is one of my favorite parts of the things that we do.
All right, wait 1 second. Just wait 1 second.
You got to pee?
No. I'm just going to get more apple juice.
Rita capaci oggi, arricchite paci do, arricchite paci noci, arricchite paci do, arricchite paci noci, arricchite paci o, arricchite paci oggi, tatte piccia cagneo. Hey, that's Desperado.
That's my favorite Thanksgiving song.
People were asking for the Desperado song, and that's
Dude, I always try to think of, that song in Dust Till Dawn when they're like playing the band. It goes, I can't never. I know what you're talking about because we don't speak Spanish, so it's hard, and we're not trying to make fun of it. I just don't know it. But like, there's that one scene in Dust Till Dawn when the band's playing on the.
That's what I was doing, dude. That's what I was.
Oh,
no, not that. I was doing Desperado.
Oh, okay. Well, in Dust Till Dawn, I just thought. I think it's a cool song. I just don't know what they're saying.
That's the song of Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yeah.
Arrigata pace oggi, arrigata pace no, arrigata pace mashed potato, arrigata pace turkey.
Yeah, that you guys know that song when you walk into every Dillard's, they play it during Thanksgiving. Right when you walk in the front door, you hear that. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember? You know what? One of the biggest flaks we got. I remember when we were doing YouTube really early. We did Apocalypto,
Yeah.
and the entire. I'm talking about, dude. The entire. We were like goddamn pioneers, dude. We were experimenting. We were like, hey, this might work. We did the entire review in subtitles, and it was just us talking like they did, like the Mayan language, which again we were assholes and we don't know that. So we're just like, check it out. And yeah, and then Mike. So basically, it was just Mike putting the subtitles in the video, and it was just us going, and then and people got pissed. They're like, "That's really great. You guys are really that's really racist of you, making fun of I was like, "You mean the fucking Maya? You mean the ancient Mayans that fucking did children sacrifice shit? Oh yeah, we're the monsters."
Those are first tastes of cancel culture. It was really early on.
Yeah, it was really fun. Really fun.
All right, this is Eastbound and Down bloopers where they're trying to say feeks.
Fixins.
All right, here we go.
Would have is I'd like a larger section for the fixins. You know what I'm talking about? I want to have a wide variety of sauces and shit.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to have that big a variety of sauces and fixes.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Oh, really? I didn't know you were going to have that big a variety of sauces and fixes.
You better clean them fixins up right now.
I am never cleaning up your fixins again. Let's get out of here.
You son of a bitch. You better clean them fixins up right now.
I am never cleaning up your fixins again.
It's the lisp, dude.
You better clean them fixins up right now, you son of a bitch.
Kenny, you're a big boy. From now on, you got to...
Yeah, he added that in.
The only amend I would have is I'd like a larger section.
Yeah, do that. You notice that the second part of that, the blooper part, he added that. He goes, "You're a big boy." That was like an unscripted moment, and we've done that before. When we're doing sketches and shit. One of us will add something in, or I'll add something in, or whatever, because I know it's not like what was wrote down. What we're gonna do. It's just, and that's literally me just trying to get Mike to fucking laugh. Because I knew as soon as he did it, as soon as he was like, "You a big boy," I knew he just added it. You could see his face, like he started laughing. All right, but he said it.
That's how I'm gonna refer to him now. I was like, "Can we get some feeks?"
It sounds like Mike Tyson asking for a second plate at your Thanksgiving dinner. Can I get some fixins?
This is the one glass of water I had before bed, facing off against the 24 beers I had earlier.
Oh shit, that's in the. We're canceled.
Yeah, I have to stop it early because of the
copyright
the song. Yeah.
By the way, I will say one thing, but that version of "Like a Prayer" that they played in Deadpool Wolverine is my favorite version of that song. Period. That chorus version, dude. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That ending almost made me cry with Deadpool and Wolverine when they were like holding arms and like, because I didn't know what they were gonna do, because I didn't know. Hugh Jackman had said he was done with the character of Wolverine, and the Ryan Reynolds' future for Deadpool is kind of murky. So I thought they were just going to kill them both off and kind of restore everything.
I really thought they were going to die.
That's what I thought too. And then that song came on, and he's like, "I want to see Vanessa." I'm like, "Fuck!" I didn't expect like my eye to start sweating right now.
Did you know that Blake Lively is to thank for that? By the way, I read an article the other day that was like, they originally had it to where it was obvious they survived, but Blake Lively was on set, and she's like, "No, you should make it seem like they died, so it makes it seem like it's like a triumphant return."
That's extremely smart, because it's only like that when you don't know really like as far as like what's gonna happen, like you really don't know. Like for me, the only other time that really like that happened was in Warrior. because with the ending with the brothers fighting each other, they both had legitimate reasons for wanting to win, and you didn't know who was going to win. I thought that was like, yeah, dude, I love when they do shit like that.
I'm with Nick, by the way. I teared up like 4 times during Deadpool Wolverine too. Like there's a couple parts in that got me.
Well, the one that got me the most was when he was like, I am the X-Men. Like that part got me at the it was just the ending. That whole sequence was so fucking good, dude. And then obviously, when the credits rolled and they did the Time of Your Life.
Yeah, it's good shit. Okay, so listen to this, dude. This is on a national news stream. Listen to what this guy says.
Product might hit the sweet spot.
Hormel is partnering with General Mills breakfast product Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Get it done, son. What a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's a family show. Flavor is hand-rolled into the side of the thick cut bacon. He's not going to be able to make it.
Matt, you interested?
Dude, I'm going to use that from now on. I swear to God, you Cinnamon Toast Cunt. I am going to use that from now on, dude. That should be on a t-shirt. They should put it on a t-shirt in the same exact way as Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but put cunt on it.
Because my favorite part is the way that the audience didn't like immediately. The audience started laughing. They knew exactly what it sounded like. It's like Cinnamon Toast Cunt, and like
dude,
this proper audience was all like, he said cunt.
You can hear the girl. She's like, "This is a family show," but that was hilarious.
Oh shit,
that was a good one.
Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is from, dude, but it's fucking great. You and I. This is what's fucked up. What's fucked up about this is you and I have 100% done this voice before. I don't know. I still don't know what this is from, but you and I have 100% done this voice before.
Dude, this looks like me in 2004 when I had sideburns like that. Straight up.
Freebase and cocaine, as far as that goes, I don't do it. Now, I'll take a drink. Every now and then I'll have a drink.
Yeah.
And I will smoke a little red. I'll do some toot. Now, I'll do a little toot. If somebody give it to me, offers it to me. I mean, you just, it sounds polite if you don't. So I do a little toot, somebody offers it to me. But if I will not, I'll repeat, I want y'all all know this right now, because I went down there to the restaurant and at treatment center. I will not freebase cocaine. It's no longer part of my life. Nope. Not drinking. I will have a drink. And I'll smoke some reefer. I'll smoke a couple of doobies a day, just to get you through the day. And I'll do a little toot every now and then. Yeah, I'll get about a half a G, and just sit around, and me and Sally, my girlfriend, will do a little toot, just for fun, every now and then. And I'll tell you what though. About that drink, I won't drink any tequila. Now I might have a drink, but I won't drink tequila, because last time I drank that tequila, I got wild on that stuff, and I beat up Sally, hit Sally, broke a car window out, and I won't do that anymore.
Like
but
that
and freebase, and I will not freebase cocaine anymore. Freebase and cocaine.
Dude, you know what is so strange to me? It's not strange. It's just maybe it's sad. I don't know. I could understand everything he was saying perfectly, like perfectly. And you know why that is because I have run around, well, not run around with, but there are multiple places in Kentucky, in Lexington, that we have gone to and been in those bars where guys like this will talk exactly like them, and you're just used to it. Dude. And like, especially when you go to a bar and you were single and you didn't, you struck out and you're just sitting at the bar and there's like one weird guy. And you might be like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Like, "Well, buddy, I'm doing all right. Let me tell you something right now. I just think that women are the biggest bunch of sacks of shit lying whores I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what's gonna happen to me. What happened to me was I was sitting here earlier tonight and I walked up to that young lady sitting over there at the bar by herself, and I was like, "Hey, honey, you want me to buy you a drink because you look awful lonesome over here?" And that bitch turned around and smacked me right in my fucking nose, right in my nose.
We were literally at a karaoke bar like 6 months ago, and we met some guy outside. We were smoking this back when we smoked. We were smoking a cigarette, and the guy was like, "No," he's like, "Let me tell you boys something." He's like, I was Jesus has my back. He was like, "Jesus has my back." He was like, "One night I had about a fifth of whiskey. I
remember that guy. Yeah,
he's like, I was driving on the interstate doing about 92. And I was driving, and cop got behind me, pulled right by. You know why? Because Jesus has my back. And we're like, wait, Jesus protected you from getting a DUI because you were shit-faced and driving?
It was weird because that was well, it came out of nowhere. We were just talking about something, and then he was like, It's about my maybe my third DUI, probably about my third. I don't know 100%, but maybe about my third. And I was just cruising down the highway about 90 miles an hour, and lo and behold, cops. I could have died, but it was in that moment. You know what I mean? Here, look at me, Jay. Look at me. Oh, listen. Jesus was in that car passenger seat with me, and he took the wheel, and he saved my life. And I just like to spread that message. You know, I went to a Miley Cyrus concert with my little daughter. I went to a Miley Cyrus concert with my little daughter, and I saw all them 16-year-olds dressed up like some of the biggest sluts you ever seen in your life.
Oh my God, this is true though. He said, I forgot about
I know.
that.
And it's like, and what I would have done with a belt if I could have got a hold of them. You never gonna believe it. I was like, they need Jesus right now.
He was like, it's hard not to look at those young 14-year-olds in their Miley Cyrus.
That's
we're like, what the fuck? We gotta go.
I was like, this motherfucker was gonna reveal his Google history to us, and I was like, you need to stop. You need to quit while you're ahead, sir.
That shit was fucking.
And someone said, "Hey, someone said, is that sucks my butt, Steve? Like the guy with the sideburns? That's exactly what Steve would look like.
100%.
Oh my God, dude! You should have played that clip. Now it's in my fucking head. I'm gonna, Now I'm just gonna.
I'll do a toot now. I'll do a toot. I'll do a toot,
dude. I swear to God, if somebody told he's like, "Hey, you won't hit this toot? You want to hit this toot?" I probably do.
He says, now I'll have a drink and I'll smoke a couple doobies now, but I won't do tequila because I hit Debbie last time. But I'll do a toot. I'll do a couple toot.
I'll do that too. But don't you put that Jose Cuervo near me. If you put that Jose Cuervo near me, I'll go the fuck off. I will punch a hole through this universe of Jose Cuervo.
We bet 50 people like that.
Yeah, dude. And they don't say Jose. They say Jose Cuervo. I will kill somebody on Jose Cuervo. I swear to God, if you put that tequila in me, that's like putting a diesel engine in a goddamn vehicle. I will go wild.
Oh, all right. Listen to this one. This is when she says, "What's wrong?" while you're 10 strokes in. This is so good.
I'm sorry, baby. Ooh. Huh?
Yeah, dude, it's so relatable. It's so relatable, especially I can't do it. The stamina has left me. I just don't have the strength. I don't have the strength.
One more time, dude. Just one more time.
I'm sorry, baby. Ooh. Huh?
It's the second. Ooh.
Yeah, he's all sweaty and shit.
Yeah, dude. It's so relatable. I don't know what it is. I can't, dude. Maybe I've just got lazy. I can't do it anymore. I'm like, yeah, man, that's about it. I was like, it's coming. Like, there's a storm coming, Mr. Wade.
Ooh.
Batting down the hatches. I feel bad for my wife because she has to put her shit on fast forward to even get through it because she knows it's going to be over soon.
Oh God!
Good one.
My girlfriend, seconds after letting me pick a movie. Wait,
fuck that! I'd break up. Dude, that's so true. Now, to be fair, April had never watched Star Wars. She actually enjoyed it, so she didn't. But I have gotten pissed at her before when she didn't like the movie, like I liked it, or she was like falling asleep like that. I'm like, you're not even gonna watch the fucking movie? Are you serious? Like I tried to watch Lord of the Rings with her, and
I knew this one would be personal for you.
Yeah, dude, because that's how I act.
That's me when I try to get my wife to watch a football game with me.
Yeah,
Rachel.
Well, that's also how I scream at Mike not watching the Green Mile. Michael.
I don't even remember this one. Therapist, all dreams have meaning. My dreams. Oh shit. Oh wait. wait, don't look at it. I gotta let it go back to the beginning because it's only perfect at the beginning. You gotta watch it like fresh. I gotta wait till it ends and press play again. This is too good, dude.
Dude, I feel like I had that dream last night. Just a desert and a pixelated black man running up to me and saying croissant.
Okay, here we go. No, entire screen. Yeah. Okay. All right. Therapist, all my dreams have meaning. My dreams.
Croissant.
Dude, it's like you can't not. Dude, those are the kind of dreams you have when you're drunk. Like I swear to God, those are the kind of dreams that you have when you just collapse in bed from like exhaustion from drunkenness, and you have these. It's like, oh yeah, I might be dreaming about Mos Eisley in Star Wars, and then you get something that looks like a rejected something from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas running up to you and screaming at you.
Runs from the desert. Croissant. And then there's the rest of it too.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's and look at the title. All dreams have a meaning, and you would be the first one to be like, how the fuck do I look this up on Reddit? Pixelated black man in a desert running up and saying croissant, fat cat dancing with croissant. What does it mean? It's like you must not trust the people around you. Like what?
We had a joke.
Yeah, I know this one.
We had a joke like this one earlier. I can't stop laughing. Okay.
It's funny. I mean, maybe you shouldn't laugh, but it's funny. You're going to hell if you laugh.
If you know, you know.
I'm retarded? I'm retarded?
Oh my God, dude. Going to hell. Straight up, I'm going to have coals of fire in my ass. Dude, listen, that's how I felt when I was making my list for 2014 to 2024. I was like, am I retarded? Oh, man.
This one's very, very true. This is especially you've seen it tonight. Me literally trying to do anything around the house, and then there's your dog.
That's true, dude. It's true, dude. Get off. Oh man, that's a good one too. Well, I wonder what kind of fucking fish that is, dude. That looks like a crazy acid-induced flounder from Little Mermaid.
It's fucking haunting, dude. But that's and like if I try to work out in the house, you're like doing push-ups, the dog comes like, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing that for?" Okay. My boyfriend's behavior when he consumes too much alcohol.
Here we go.
This is good, dude.
Here we go.
You know what? I heard you fart once, and it went, "Aww," and it was a little Sharpie poop toot, and I heard. You know what?
One more time.
I heard you fart once, and it went, "Aww," and it was a sharp one, a little Sharpie poop toot, and I heard.
He said it went fa.
What's that from? Is that the
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you always when you're drunk and you always bring up bullshit.
Everybody says I know what this is from, but it doesn't say like what movie it's from.
What the Seth MacFarlane movie, the Out West?
Oh, Me and Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, I thought it was that one. Yeah,
I've never seen it. That's good.
I know
yeah.
Dude, this is fucking
that was how I was at the comic book store. Like y'all don't even know. Like straight up, I'm coming in with 100. I'm coming in with $100 bill. I'm ready to do it.
This is fucking wild, dude.
Probably thinking, Henry has awesome kneecaps. I do have awesome kneecaps.
Yeah.
I used to be really self-conscious about my kneecaps, but then one day I realized how beautiful they were.
So
we're all beautiful in Mother Nature's eyes. I also have voluptuous calf muscles.
Uh-oh.
I know what you're probably thinking. Henry has.
He said,
Dude, these look like moderators on Reddit. Straight up the same thing. Same thing.
The alarm has been ringing for 30 minutes, and this is your dream.
That's so true, dude. That's so true. That's so real. Like it's like you'll be dreaming about like you're in outer space, like flying a spaceship with like a dog and a cat or something, and then like you're like, oh, I have a fucking soundtrack, and you won't wake up. You're like, fuck.
When it goes into music, it's the fucking worst. Waking up to that's the most depressing. Dude, I think I showed you this.
Yeah. You showed that was, dude. This is like, it's brilliant though.
We'll watch it again just because it's so funny. This guy waited and he waited until when the bomb goes off in Oppenheimer, it's all silent. And this guy waited until it went silent, and then he farted on purpose.
This man
the best
is genius. If
you listen, the best part is that when it gets silent and he farts, the rest of the crowd starts laughing.
I love it, dude. It's so genius. Kill it. That guy waited all his life for that moment, and it paid off in spades.
Absolute fucking.
All right, Nick.
Dude, this is a cat. Just watch it. I don't know what to say.
Remember, you got 9 lives. You got 8. You got 8 lives. Keep it up. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Come on, Mr. Whiskey. God damn, 7.
He did a play-by-play.
You got 7 left. I don't know what you going through today. Figure it out, man. Boy, 5. Damn. You got 5 motherfucking lives left. Chill out.
Dude,
he said, damn.
Dude, that it's like when you're so bored and you have nothing to do, you start commenting on weird ass shit like that. Like I respect it. I respect it.
Dude, Brandon got no. Oh, dude! Oh my god! This is the fucking prize piece right here. This guy comes home and he has to shit, and somebody else is in the bathroom
with that champion shirt.
The key to this is you got to listen all the way through because the gold is in the end. So you got to listen real close. I said, my bro came home like this.
Fucking toilet paper in his house, dude. Oh, I got fucking shit, dude. Move, bitch. Oh, man. No, dude, I got fucking shit, dude. Oh, my God.
That's so good. Is he pooping in the toilet? Oh my god!
That's it. You gotta listen to the end of it, dude. Because at the end of it, the end of it's where it's at. Because she's peeing on the toilet and he has to push her off and shit. And you can hear him finally release, and he goes, "Oh!" Listen real close.
Brandon got no fucking toilet paper in his house, dude. Oh, I got fucking shit, dude. Move, bitch. Oh, man.
He said move, bitch. He said, I gotta poop. Oh no, dude.
He goes, oh no.
Oh, hey, we've all been there, dude. Holy shit, we've all been there. Like, there's nothing worse than having to run in and then like it's literally it's turtling out of your butthole. It's turtling, and you know there's a cosmic force that's gonna push it out one way or the other. And someone's in the fucking bathroom. Like, that man is a hero. That man's a hero. But yeah, it's totally relatable. And I get nervous about it anyway because I'm like, yeah, dude, like I can't hold it back. If I hold it back, it stings and it might cause some kind of problems with my sphincter. I gotta go. Oh my god. I thought what he had done was like he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in the fucking shower. I'm gonna go in the shower and I'm gonna stand over the little hole, the drain, and I'm just gonna poop in it. And then that's what she was like, oh my god, he's pooping in the shower.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he actually just went in the shower instead of the toilet.
Dude,
That's what
like
I like to think.
he had like straight, like it was diarrhea, like probably like ready to go, or ready to pop.
I had to change my battery. I don't think. Okay. When Bro says one more game, but it's 4 a.m. This was literally me and Jay when we played Halo together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck you mean? Nah. The fuck you mean? Nah.
We were obsessed with that shit. That shit was crazy. All right, me 21 beers deep saying goodbye to everyone because my Uber's here.
Yep.
We live by another day. We live by another day. Yes.
Yep. That's how I felt after the meetup on Scarefest. That's exactly. I don't remember saying goodbye to anybody, but I'm sure I did, and that's exactly the words that were coming in.
Dude, the best part of this, if you listen closely, the best part of this is when Adam Sandler goes. When Adam Sandler goes, yeah. listen once he goes, yeah.
We live by another day. We live by another day. Yes.
So I know what he said. He said we live to fight another day, and I thought he said after he said yes, he said we at least ain't queer. Is that what he said?
So he just says we live to fight another day again. Oh no,
no, but
no, I don't know. Let's see.
We live by another day.
Yeah.
We live by another day. Yes.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, dude.
This is Jay when you try to get him to try an IPA.
Dude, it's awful. I've had too many. Hey, yeah, you're gonna make me turn the dark side. I won't do it, Dad. I won't drink your shitty beer.
Oh my God.
Blue collar man coming home and seeing a hot.
Hey, dude, that's like that's not even a blue collar man. That's just men coming home.
Holly said she thinks he says good to see you to her. Oh, that makes sense. Good thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm stupid.
This is blue collar men coming home and seeing hot hamburger helper and an ice cold beer on the table.
What a masterpiece! My God! What a masterpiece!
Hey man, hamburger helper and an ice cold beer sounds fucking awesome. That sounds awesome.
Hamburger helper's underrated as fuck, dude. That's good.
It is,
shit.
dude. It's amazing.
When your friend finishes their beer and orders another one before you finish your first beer.
That's why I don't like drinking Michelob Ultra, because I finish it too fast and I think I'm an alcoholic.
I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me. That's all I needed.
I remember I was out with Mike one time and I finished it, and he's like, "Damn, you're already done." I'm like, "Dude, it's Michelob Ultra, dude. It's like water." I am.
Yeah, but it goes faster. So this when your alcoholic friend does not take no for an answer when you ask him if they want to drink tonight.
Yep, it's gonna come.
The Creed music comes on. He's trying to find it.
That's how it's gonna feel, dude. On Saturday, I'll be like, I can't say it, but I want to.
Can't say what? What can't you say?
Can't stay.
Oh yeah.
It always happens to me and Mike are like we're in the groove, dude. It takes a few beers to get there, but we're in the groove, and it's like, hey, you gotta go. I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, yeah, but I got to. It's like, No, but I could stay.
There's something about the sound of. Oh, I gotta show you this one, mate. I wasn't going to, but I have to. So, mental health in crisis, finances in crisis, relationships in crisis. Me after a few drinks.
Mm-hmm. Everything's good. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Oh fuck
man.
my ass with a spoon. Did we miss any super chats before we go?
I don't think so. I'll double check though. Let us look.
Must be sure. One must know. Adrian said favorite Black Friday item. Whoa, let's not be racist, Adrian.
Hey, calm down, dude. Holy
favorite
shit.
Black Friday items, if any, for me, it's video games, dude. It's honestly, it doesn't count anymore because it's gone. It's a bygone era. But for the past 5 years or so, what it had been for me was going to Walmart the day after and going over to the Blu-ray section in Walmart and they usually have it in like the grocery section or some dumb shit. But finding the Blu-rays with those like little round stickers on them, and they'd have good Blu-rays for like $3 and $5. That was the best. But now there's fucking nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I really don't have any. I'm just always looking for that elusive webcam. That'll serve me web. Serve me web.
Hey, other than the unfriended shit that happened, this one's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I stuck it back in, and it felt good.
Brett Ferguson said, "What's up, guys? Just wondering, have y'all heard of the Fears to Fathom game series? They're short horror games based off of real stories that fans sent. That sounds awesome, but I've not heard of that.
I haven't either. That sounds amazingly cool. It'd be cool to play. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'll play that with Mike though. That might be too much. Might be wiener grabbing.
Why would you do this to me?
From fear.
Why? Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
So, and by the way, I just want to say one more time, the link to the Patreon's down below. We're going live 8 p.m. Saturday night. We're going to be playing that Halloween and Evil Dead 8-bit video game together in the same room, trying to beat it, trying to play it together. We're going to play the game all night. We're just going to hang out, talk shit. There's no super chats or anything. We're just hanging with everybody. We're going to play a video game. We're going to have some drinks. And you can join that tier with a free trial on the Patreon if you just want to test it out and hang out. So
somebody was like, I'm sure somebody's like, oh yeah, what a surprise. Gonna have a couple of drinks. I mean, you mean 27 and be fucking crying? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
It could happen. Post Thanksgiving, we're gonna be fat as fuck. And
crazy.
You know, that's the way it goes. Hey, we hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving, even if you don't like your families. If you don't like your families, go down there, eat some fucking food, go upstairs, play some video games, watch some wrestling, do whatever you like to do. But at least you get a nice meal out of it, okay? Okay.
Yep. Gonna be a good time. Happy Thanksgiving. And to those that don't live in the US, you should. And then happy World Day. I don't know.
Happy excuse to be fat fucks day.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Love you guys. Good night. Good night.